Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Stacy. So today let's talk about the month of August and what energies are available to us this month. Now, before I dive into all 12 signs, I just want to take this quick opportunity to thank each and every one of you for liking my videos, sharing out my content, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that you found your way to me. And also thank you so much everyone for leaving your comments, sharing your stories. I do my best to read each and every one of them. It not only helps me to sort of get a pulse on what's happening out there in the collective all over the world. This is what I love about YouTube land and the internet, is we can be connected globally without literally sitting in the same town or city. So keep sharing your stories. I love hearing them. If you feel comfortable doing so, absolutely love that. I know it not only helps me, it helps other people as well. Now, also keep in mind, these are general readings. So I use the whole sign house system. I use Western tropical astrology. So this might not resonate with each and every one of you. So as I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. I do create these videos based on the rising sign or the ascendant, but you can certainly watch for your sun sign, your moon sign, and even if you have a stellium, so that's 3 or more planets, especially personal planets in a particular sign, you can even watch that as well to see if that resonates. And if that doesn't resonate, then just absolutely leave it. But you can certainly watch for your big 3, we call it, and then pull all the energy together to see what, to sort of paint you a picture, high level picture of what the month ahead could, or how it could play out for you. Now, of course, if you'd like a personal reading, if you'd like to work with me, you can check out my website below. I'll be sure to put a link to that in the description box below. And let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to also go through just some high level happenings for the month of August before I dive into each and every sign. So of course, we're going to talk about the new moon and the full moon this month. We have a new moon in Leo, full moon in Aquarius, so we'll definitely talk about that for each and every sign. We have Mercury going retrograde. Well, actually, as I'm recording this right now, Mercury's already in shadow. So August the 5th is when Mercury will be stationing retrograde, 4 degrees of Virgo. And then Mercury is going to go direct at 21 degrees of Leo on August the 28th. So you may as well say the whole month of August. We're going to be in Mercury retrograde season, and even into September, because Mercury will still be in shadow, but we'll talk about that. Ingresses this month, we have Venus moving into Virgo on August the 4th. Now, Venus doesn't really like being in Virgo. This is actually her fall. So she's very uncomfortable. She's very uncomfortable in the sign of Virgo. So, but that doesn't mean, you know, we can find blessings in the mundane day to day in our lives. And I'll definitely talk about that. We still have Mars in Gemini. So Mars moved into Gemini on July the 20th, and he will be there until September the 3rd. So we'll talk about that. Mercury does back into Leo if you're kind of curious, or if you're one that likes dates. August the 14th is when Mercury backs into Leo officially, but again, retrograde. And then Virgo season starts on August the 22nd. Also, I forgot to mention, anytime I throw out dates, you guys, give or take a day or two, because it depends on where you're watching this right now on the planet. Let's see here. And yes, I'm going to mention it. Eclipse energy, believe it or not, is rumbling, bumbling beneath the surface already. I know. It just seems like we just had that intense one in April. Now we have another one next month. I'll talk about it more next month, and I'm actually going to make a separate video about this as well, because this one, in my opinion, is special. It's our first eclipse in the Pisces Virgo cycle, which technically the nodes don't move into these two signs until January. So we're getting a taste of something in the Pisces area of our life, and it could also impact if you have anything in Virgo, across the street from Pisces and Virgo there. So 25 degrees, this is happening on September the 17th. Again, I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I just wanted to give everyone a heads up, because if you have anything around that degree point, you might start to feel this in August, because usually eclipse energy, we can feel it sometimes 2 months before the eclipse, or 6 weeks. And then it definitely can ripple out after the eclipse, of course, once it actually occurs. So I just wanted to throw it out there, just in case you are like me and you start to feel the eclipse energy well before, because I know I usually do. So anyway, just a heads up. And like I said, this is really special because it's our first sneak peek of what could be coming down the pipe for us over the next 2 years. So 2025, 2026, and even into 2027. So again, I'll make a separate video about this, you guys, so stay tuned. Lots of transits happening this month. I try to keep these videos short, sweet, to the point. So I'm only going to focus on a couple of them here, but I will natter off a couple right now at the start of this video. So we do have Mars, as I mentioned, coming together with Jupiter. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. But anyway, August the 14th, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter. I personally love this. I will be talking about this. And just a heads up, around the 16th of August, we have Mars squaring off to Saturn. Not the best day to pick a fight, to like road rage, to again, something to do with authority figures, like picking a fight or challenging people in authority, like the government, police, parents, elders, bosses, leaders. I don't know, there might be, again, it is what it is. We go through this. This is a more so common transit, but just a heads up, this energy could manifest before the 16th or after the 16th. So I'm not going to talk about it for each and every sign, but this is just a kind of heads up for each and every one of us around that date. We do have a Cazimi this month where we have the Sun and Mercury coming together on August 18th, but Mercury is going to be retrograde. So I feel like this is more so going to be about reassessing something, or something coming back from the past, like people, places, things coming back from the past, possibly offers or something to do with authority figures or father figures, or something along those lines as well. But overall, really nice energy coming in. Now, the second bigger transit that I will cover off is Jupiter squaring Saturn, which technically it is happening this month, like the exact on the 19th at 17 degrees, but July, definitely we would have probably started to feel this energy. So I'll talk more about that as well, because this is a long-standing square. So this is going to perfect this month, but they're going to hang out and kind of keep squaring each other all the way until December and even beyond. So even into 2025. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Also, a really cool thing about this square is, think back to December 2020. That's when Jupiter and Saturn came together 0 degrees of Aquarius. So besides the pandemic, you guys, besides the pandemic, think personally in your lives, what was kind of going on December of 2020. So this is the first square that these two planets are having, and this is a 20-year cycle, you guys. So this is pretty darn important, I would say, and that's why these two big social planets, when they make an aspect in the sky, it not only moves us forward personally, but also as a collective as well. So it's going to be interesting as a collective how this is going to play out on the planet over the next 6 months or so and beyond. I'd say even beyond that. I haven't looked at the aspects in 2025 yet, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Otherwise, let me see here. All right, that is about it, you guys. So we're going to dive into all 12 signs. Hey, Aries, welcome to August. Let's talk about where I think some of your focus will be for this month. So looking at the sun The sun is lighting up your fifth house, well, finishing off your fifth house, I should say, and then moving into your sixth house on the 22nd of August. So Aries, take advantage while we're still in Leo season right now, because your fifth house ruled by Leo is all about fun, joy, play, pleasure, having a good time. You do have a new moon in this sign this month as well. So I'd say take advantage of this energy. Your creative juices are really going to be flowing. For those of you looking to start a family, this is actually a really incredible time to try to do so, to look into it, especially around that new moon, you guys. So August the 4th, if you are looking to start a family, really, really, really nice energy to do so. So also focus could be on your kids too. I forgot to mention that too. So family, children, but I mean, if you don't have a family, don't have kids, this is all about hobbies, creative projects, vacationing, taking a break, cutting loose, bringing back the joy, work hard, play hard type of energy, Aries. So take advantage, because you know, August 22nd, the energy is going to shift back to work. I hate to say that. But yes, the sun's going to light up your sixth house. So it's all going to be about getting back to routines, you know, maybe getting back to school, getting ready to go back to school. This could also be about getting back on track with your diet, you know, maybe over the summer months. You know, I think we all go through this, like we eat too much, we drink too much, our exercise routines go sideways, you know, things like that. And if that's not you, Aries, that good for you. That is absolutely incredible. This is just a time of year where the Virgo season helps us get back on track, eating healthy, back into routines. It's all about day to day, those mundane things. Also, focus could be something to do with your pets, animals, if you have pets or animals, or furry friends at home. Focus could more so be on them as well. So pay attention. As also something about this Mercury retrograde too. Something to do with your pets could come up as well, because Mercury is doing a really short retrograde in Virgo. It's mainly in Leo, but yeah, I would say don't ignore anything to do with your health or a pet's health. I would say just pay attention and be mindful of that. The retrograde time would be a really good time to reassess, redo testing, things like that. Probably not a bad idea to look into, Aries. Again, if that resonates. If it doesn't resonate, then just leave it. Depends on what you're watching for. So you can definitely watch for your rising, your sun, your moon, or anything else that you want to watch for the sign of Aries. Now, going back to the new moon in Leo, I love this new moon. Mars and Jupiter, who are very close in the sky, we'll talk about that, is making a really nice aspect to this new moon, Aries. So like I mentioned, if you want to start a family, it looks really, really good. If you want to get a side hustle off the ground, it also looks really, really good. New moons are all about planting those seeds of intention and also about new beginnings. Full moons are more so about culmination points and endings and turning the chapter and moving into something new. Where new moons are literally that new beginning starting, something new is starting, or you set those intentions around the new moon, or I would say after the new moon, not excessively after, but you know, 2 to 3 days out max, plant those seeds of intention. What do you want to bring to fruition in this area of life? One thing I think I forgot to mention too, Aries, is if you are single, this is your fifth house of romance, dating, joy as well. So you could meet someone special. Someone actually could be coming back from the past, because Mercury is also going to be retrograde this month, backing into Leo, especially if you have Aries. If you know your chart, if you have anything around the late degree, like the last decan of Aries. So if you have anything from like 20 degrees to the end of the sign, or even beginning of Taurus there, Mercury is going to be making a connection here. So it's going to just add another layer to this Mercury retrograde to you personally or professionally, depending on what sort of messages you're looking to hear. So Mercury retrograde, though, for you, I'm thinking, yeah, people, places, things coming back around, coming back from the past. You maybe even picking up like an old hobby, an old endeavor. I don't mean old, but I mean something that maybe you picked up and then you put down. And now it's time to like put more energy back into that, Aries. So anyway, really nice new moon to connect that place of joy, fun, again, children, bringing the joy back, romance, dating, pleasure, creativity, self-expression, connecting with Mars and Jupiter in your third house of traveling, teaching, education, learning. Might be about a sibling. This might not even be about you. It might be about a sibling. Who knows? Just this is your day-to-day stuff. Could also have to do with maybe something to do with transportation, planes, trains, and automobiles. Especially if you work in one of those industries, this should be pretty successful for you, actually. If you work in the hospitality industry, transportation industry, probably a really successful time for you, especially that new beginning with Mars and Jupiter coming together in your third house. Really good for technology, gadgets, things like that. But just keep in mind Mercury's retrograde. So be mindful when you're buying vehicles, technology, anything large and expensive. Not that you can't do it. It's just that know what you're signing up for. Know the details. Get somebody else to review them with you, or make sure you like quadruple check everything. Now, this full moon in Aquarius, lighting up your 11th house. Again, a nice house, making a nice aspect to your Aries planets, points, placements, especially if you have anything around 27 degrees. Now, this full moon, though, I think this one's going to be interesting because it's opposing Mercury retrograde. It's squaring Uranus. So, Aries, for all of us, I think this full moon is going to be interesting. I'm not going to say it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be interesting because opposing Mercury, this is definitely technology glitches. This is definitely mishaps. This is definitely misunderstandings, miscommunications, delays, frustration. Uranus in your second house of work. This could have something to do with work or collaboration or working with other people, whether you own a business, run a business, CEO, VP, or you work for somebody. It doesn't matter. I feel like this might bleed out into your work in some way, shape, or form. Or again, if you work with technology or vehicles or transportation or anything like that, be prepared. This might be a wonky time. I'm more so feeling this energy as like excitement, like something exciting or a breakthrough could definitely happen here because Uranus is tough to pin down. It's like expect the unexpected when it comes to Uranus. So yeah, just be mindful around the 19th. Be mindful about how you move around as well, whether that's in the workplace or the home or whatever the case may be, because I think this could be a really interesting full moon. And also at the same time, Venus is also squaring Jupiter. So, you know, this is also a full moon of indulgence and excess, like just going too far, biting off more than we can chew, you know, overeating, over drinking, just crazy overindulgence, period. So just heads up there, Aries, just a heads up. Nothing bad, just a heads up. Okay. Now, Mars flying through Gemini here, which is really interesting. This is the jack of all trades energy, Aries. So this is just going to amp up the busyness of that third house. So again, siblings, cousins, neighbors, neighborhood, community, transportation, technology, traveling, how you get around. Be mindful of that heavy foot you got there, Aries. Watch out for speeding tickets and things like that. Watch out for road rage and traffic as well. Be mindful of that if you feel frustration rising in you. But again, not a horrible transit. I do love this for you because this is a new beginning happening in this third house. Also, I'm curious, how did that Mars and Uranus come together in your second house? How did that manifest for you? I'd love to hear your thoughts on what happened for you for the month of July, because now you have a new beginning in your third house with Mars and Jupiter coming together. So this is really incredible. This is motivation, action, passion, drive, meeting luck, abundance, and expansion and expanding your horizons, Aries. So again, something to do with maybe a new beginning with a sibling, moving, community, neighbors, extended family members, relatives, again, traveling. For you, this could be long distance or short distance because Jupiter rules your 9th house as well. This could have something to do with educational pursuits, you becoming a coach or a mentor, or maybe you going back to school, you upgrading your skill set, your skills, your talents, your abilities, possibly connected to work, definitely connected to travel in some way, shape or form. I'm guessing whether it's short distance or long distance, Aries. So also Mars is your ruler. So this could technically impact you personally as well. And it might bleed out to all areas of life. So this could bleed out into your relationships. It could bleed out to your career, which we talked about. And it could even manifest in your home life as well. I'm thinking more so like, especially if your IC goes through Gemini, because, you know, the IC can float, technically. So if your IC does happen to go through Gemini, this could indicate a move, like a change of environment, a change of place of living, or you might get new neighbors, your community might change, or you might begin to interact with your community a little bit differently. So overall, really good energy. I love this. I absolutely love this. And I don't think it'll have the shock factor like whatever happened in July. I think this will be a little bit more, they're showing me like a little bit more, you'll get more traction, if that makes sense. Like they're showing me like fingers in the soil type of thing. Like you're actually getting some traction or manifestation with this conjunction versus the Mars and the Uranus conjunction. So now Venus in Virgo for you, again, lighting up that 6th house and helping kind of smooth things over in this area of life. So Aries, if you own a business or run a business, maybe check your pricing this month. Like maybe raise your prices this month. Doesn't have to be catastrophic, but I mean, maybe raise them up a couple percentages. I'll just throw that out there. Also, if you have any conflict in the workplace or issues in the workplace, or if you run a business, own a business, or if you're a leader, this also kind of helps with people who work for you. If you're looking for people to work for you, this should attract possibly good talent your way, but you have to advertise. Like I'm not a believer of really things just falling in your lap. Sometimes it does happen, absolutely, but I also, I'm very practical. So it's kind of like advertise and then you'll attract the right people. If you're looking for even something as simple as like contractors or people to, I don't know, cut your grass, clean your gutters, things like that, really good time to attract the right contractors, the right people to you that could help you out in whatever ways that you want. Venus here is also really incredible for maybe finding a new pet. As we talked about, the sun being in this 6th house as well could welcome in a new pet. That might actually happen this month or next month as well, because you'll have a new moon in here next month. But overall, I love Venus in the 6th house. Also really good for health-related matters. There we go. And if you're having any issues or concerns, again, this is a really nice transit to address them. Finding the right practitioner, finding the right people, the right healers, whatever the case may be, whatever you're looking for. This is a really helpful, pleasant transit, Aries. And also, just moving about your day to day. This is like blessings coming in. If you're looking for love, again, this could be just running into someone at the coffee shop, or just doing your mundane day-to-day errands and running into somebody special, running into someone in the past. Like things like that, Aries, could happen when Venus is in here as well. But I'm also thinking about Mercury retrograde as well in Leo for you. Okay, so we talked about Mars conjunct Jupiter. We talked about Mercury retrograde. So yeah, Mercury retrograde, reassess, redo, revise. Things coming back from the past, bringing back the joy and pleasure, reassessing things. Reassessing your day-to-day habits and routines as well, Aries. Maybe it's time to kick that bad habit once and for all. And then lastly, yes, Jupiter square Saturn. Now, this is going to perfect on the 19th. However, this is going to be with us until 2025, off and on. This is not going to be exact the whole time. Obviously, these planets are going to be moving. We're going to have another exact square, I believe, in December, but I'll talk about that closer to the date. But anyway, think back to December of 2020, 0 degrees of Aquarius. This is where these two heavy hitters came together in the sky for you, Aries. This could be so many different things for you. So I'm going to throw out some suggestions. If they resonate, great. If they don't, leave them. So this could, when these two planets came together, this was in your house of humanitarian efforts, right where Pluto is actually, 0 degrees of Aquarius. So humanitarian efforts, groups, friendship circles, people that you hang out with, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals and commitments. This is also the house of luck for you as well. And this is making a nice aspect to your Aries planets, points, placements, especially if you have anything around 0 degrees. So this is a readjustment from December 2020. What did you put in motion back then? This is a reassessment, readjustment, maybe taking a new path, maybe a conclusion, and you're moving into something else, because this is a 20-year transit. Could be emotional. Boundaries could get tested. This could be frustrating. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because it is Saturn. Saturn's all about restriction, constriction, and Jupiter's all about, I have no boundaries and I'm going to blow up anything that I touch in a good way and in a bad way, because Jupiter doesn't care. Jupiter just wants us to expand on multiple levels and take in everything, whether that's the good, the bad, the ugly, or the beautiful. Jupiter doesn't really care. Where Saturn comes along, though, and Saturn's more so that reality check. So Saturn in your hidden 12th house, Aries, this could be something you're working on in the back end. Again, this is about endings for you. Saturn in the 12th house is more so a focus on endings, concluding things. Neptune in here since 2012, Aries. Yeah, talk about a big wrapping up, a big cycle wrapping up for you. And it's like you're going to be birthing yourself as a new human, as a new soul, as a new person, once these two heavy hitters move into your sign. And I can't wait to talk about that in 2025. So I am getting ahead of myself here. But this might not even be about you either, Aries. As I mentioned, this might be about a sibling, might be about a relative, might be about somebody that you support, somebody close to you. Anyway, I could go on and on here, Aries. I don't want to lose people. This video is already getting too long. So I'm going to cut it off there. Otherwise, August is going to be a wonderful month. We have some very incredible milestones coming up for us again this month. 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026 are going to be absolutely incredible years. So anyway, Aries, enjoy the month of August, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Taurus. So welcome to August. Let's talk about where the sun is illuminating you this month, where I think maybe your focus could be this month. And just a reminder, you can watch for your sun, your moon, your rising, or any other planet placement point that you want to watch for to bring this all together for you. Now, the sun is going to continue to light up your 4th house of home, family, foundation, children, ancestry, roots, place of living, neighborhood, all those wonderful things. And you also have a new moon in here this month as well. Now, once the sun moves into Virgo, this is going to trine your planets, placements, points, Taurus. So whatever you're watching for. So I love this energy for you. The 5th house is all about bringing back the joy, the pleasure, the fun. This is creative projects. This is creative endeavors. This is diving back into hobbies or picking up hobbies. This is where our passions lie. This is where our spark of pleasure and interest and what lights us up from the inside out. This is where side hustles are born, Taurus. So I love this energy. If you're single, well, actually, it doesn't matter. If you're single or in a partnership, bring back the romance. The 5th house is all about romance and dating and pleasure and having sex. So Taurus, indulge. Indulge when it comes to middle of August to middle of September. Indulge in this energy. Plus you have Venus there too. So that's just going to put a bigger emphasis on romance and dating and pleasure and joy and children as well. Actually, if you are looking to start a family, Taurus, I just thought about this. New moon in your 4th house. Next month, you're going to have a new moon in this 5th house. So if you do want to start a family, I'd say start trying, because first of all, you never know. And second of all, the energy looks really, really good for starting a family and kids and all that fun stuff. So just going to throw it out there. But otherwise, that's where I think your focus is going to be this month. Now, let's talk about the moons this month. So that new moon, as I mentioned, down in your 4th house, a home family foundation. So this could be a new start, a new beginning, with home, with family, with children, with kids. This might bleed into next month as well. But this is a brand new beginning. If you are looking to move, Taurus, and you haven't moved yet, plant those seeds of intention around August the 4th, actually after August the 4th, plant those seeds of intention. So get clear with the universe on what exactly you want to manifest, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a beach house, I don't know, a cottage in the forest, whatever you want to manifest, Taurus, this is your time to plant those seeds of intention. And on top of it, Mars and yes, Jupiter are making an opportunity aspect here from your 2nd house of income, of work, of money, your talents, your skills, your abilities is pouring into this new moon as well, and helping to like really amp it up. I mean, we're talking about Jupiter here, the great benefic, the huge, I mean, Jupiter expands anything he touches, but the good and the bad, he also expands as well. So I'm not tainting this new moon. I'm just putting it out there because it just depends on how you've been living your life, Taurus. So, but all in all, you have Jupiter and Mars putting motivation, passion, action, drive, and blessings into this new moon. So definitely plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest from a home, property, living circumstance, even family. Like I said, if you want to start a family, not a bad time to start trying now, or again, get clear with the universe on what you want to manifest over the next 6 months. Or maybe some of you, this could be a new beginning. So this might already manifest for the month of August, or maybe it already manifested because this new moon is the beginning of August. So maybe something manifested for you at the end of July, for example. Now the full moon this month though is an interesting one. So full moons, this is a culmination point. This is up in your 10th house of career. So Taurus, are you ending a job? Are you transitioning into a new job? Are you retiring? Maybe this could be about retirement. Your luminaries this month, the new moon, full moon, is lighting up a really important axis for you. Home, place of living versus career versus status versus reputation. This is also the axis of parenting, you as a parent. Even if you don't have kids, this could be you as a parent for a furry friend, a furry pet, or animals. Also, this could be about your parents as well. This literally could be about your parents. So new beginnings with your parents, endings and new beginnings with your parents. Now, I'm not saying they're going to die. I just mean cycles, endings and new beginnings, because we all go through them. So, but yeah, Taurus, this could be a culmination. Yeah, you're giving up a job. I can see that for some of you, not all of you, because again, it depends on if you have anything around 27 degrees of Taurus, which is exactly where I think Uranus is sitting right now. Yeah, you'll definitely feel this the most. And this, again, could be breaking free of a job, stagnant job, or a relationship that no longer works. I can also see this possibly bleeding into relationships. But again, relationships could be love, business, work, family, friends, you know, anyone who we are connected with. But on top of it, the moon is also opposing Mercury retrograde. So things could get a little bit wonky when it comes to technology, transportation, mundane day-to-day stuff, emails, text messages, things like that. And also the full moon is making a square with Uranus in your sign. So this technically could bleed out to any area of life. Like I mentioned, home, family, place of living, any sort of relationships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, you severing, you ending something, whatever that something is, and then something to do with your career. This could be a change of job or quitting or moving into retirement. Again, depends on what stage you are in your life, Taurus. Okay, now Mars in Gemini. Let's talk about this. So Mars will continue to truck along in Gemini, second house. Again, work, new work, possibly coming in for you, Taurus, or this is you upgrading your skill set, your skills, your talents, your abilities. There's some sort of new beginning happening here when we have Mars coming together with Jupiter. So I love this. I personally love this. I think this is beneficial. I think this is going to be incredible. It just depends on how you want to use this energy. But for you, Taurus, you could really gain some traction when it comes to your work, whatever you do for work. If you're retired, it doesn't matter. It's like, what are your next steps? How are you going to contribute to your community or family? Or what are you going to do to keep the mind fresh, keep your hands busy, things like that. This is a jack of all trades energy as well. So it's like learning something new, tackling something new around the house, a project, going back to school, upgrading your skill set, whatever the case may be. But for you, Taurus, you can earn a living from this though. Like you can pull in something brand new here. But again, I'm just throwing out examples. You can really use this energy however you want or however this resonates with you. Let's see here. Yeah, I also heard for some of you, this could be something to do with diet, health, nutrition, getting back on track, which is amazing. Absolutely. Also, this could be beneficial for your partner's income as well. Mars coming together with Jupiter. So expansion maybe in their income. I just heard place of living as well for you, Taurus. So some sort of expansion with regards to your place of living or changes. For the better, by the way, for the better, because I personally think this is a great transit for all of us, especially you, Taurus. It's a money house. So it's like, show me the money, bring on the money. Jupiter rules your 8th house of money, of shared resources, shared property, shared assets. Also rules your partner's income, whether this is in business or in love. So yeah, I think this could be definitely beneficial. You could get benefits too coming in from groups, friendship circles, people you hang out with, humanitarian efforts, things like that as well, Taurus. Now, Venus and Virgo, I mentioned that a little bit earlier. This is really good for your love life, whether you're single or connected with someone. You definitely could be attracting in somebody new at this time, or again, somebody old, because with Mercury retrograde, Mercury's going to just dip into Virgo, dip into your 5th house there for a little stint, and then retrograde back into your 4th house. So I think this Mercury retrograde is more so about, for you, reassessments, revisions, redoing something when it comes to home, family, foundation, ancestry, parents, parenting, parenthood. But Mercury's also retrograde in Virgo as well. So this could be people coming back from the past. For all of us, people, places, things coming back from the past. Absolutely. So yeah, let's get back to Venus and Virgo. So Venus and Virgo is all about, by the way, this could attract money, more money your way. This is actually a pretty prosperous month for you, I'm going to say, Taurus. But we'll get to that Jupiter square Saturn, because that might be an interesting one too. But regardless, with Jupiter in your 2nd house of money and Venus in your 5th house, this is like money luck coming your way. Don't bet the farm. I'm a realist here. Sorry, my nose is suddenly just itchy. Don't bet the farm, Taurus. But I mean, this is a lucky house, so I'm just going to throw it out there. But also you can attract a lot. And also you can dive into pleasure, joy, creativity, self-expression, gambling, anything that lights you up, basically, Taurus. So take advantage of this time with Venus and Virgo over the next 3 weeks. So pretty much all of August, she's going to be in this sign for you. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about Jupiter square Saturn. This is a big transit that's happening, yes, exact this month, but technically we felt it in July, and we're going to continue to feel this until early 2025. They come together in a square again in December. So the energy is going to wax and wane and wax and wane. That's just the way it is when we're dealing with these heavy hitters in the sky because they move so slow. Think back to December of 2020, 0 degrees of Aquarius. This is exactly where Pluto is right now, which I find really interesting. So think back to that time besides the pandemic. What started back then for you? What was happening in your life? What were you trying to initiate or move through? So this is a reassessment, a readjustment, could be a closing out of something. Absolutely. This is a 20-year transit, you guys. So this is going to be, excuse me, very long. Just like Pluto moving through your 10th house, 20-year transit. So Jupiter now being in your 2nd house, Saturn being up in your 11th house, I'm just giving you a heads up. Boundaries are going to be challenged. This is going to be frustrating. It's going to be very important, especially for you as an earth sign, to ground, keep your energy grounded. And I know that's hard with Uranus in your sign, but try to ground, try to stay present in the moment, and just know there's a reason for this energy happening right now. So as I mentioned earlier, I can see you having a very prosperous month because we got Jupiter in your house of money, Venus in your house of luck. However, this might be a reality check. If you're spending too much money, that's another, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Another thing, if you do meet someone new, you might want to lavish them with a whole bunch of material things. Do watch out for that too, Taurus. Sorry. If you have the means to do so, give her. If you don't, just a heads up. You might want to spend a lot of money over the month of August as well. So I just want to throw that out there. So Saturn coming in from your 11th house, this is reality checks. It could be an older sibling restricting you, constricting you, or you might have an older sibling actually going through some struggles right now. This could be challenges coming in from work, challenges coming in from, or restrictions coming in from friendship circles, groups, associations, people you hang out with. I'm just trying to think if of other things here. Again, this just might be frustrating, Taurus, overall. So just be mindful of that. I think the important thing for you will just to be stay present, stay focused, stay grounded. All in all, Saturn is trying to build resilience here in this 11th house. Yeah, for you in particular, I'm picking up something about your friends putting a lot on you, or an older sibling putting a lot of duty and responsibility on you. I'll leave that up to you, Taurus, if you want to take that on or not. But again, this could be a time where you need to reassess and readjust that. Doesn't have to be this month because this is a long transit, like I mentioned, probably 6 months. So anyway, Taurus, I could go on and on and on here of possibilities. So hopefully some of that resonated with you and you can apply that to your personal situation or personal life. But just keep that in mind for the month of August and continuing into the next few months ahead as well. There's some sort of reassessment here. So overall, Taurus, though, I think this is a really nice energy. Focus on that conjunction in your 2nd house of work, of income, of money, of how you earn a living. Also material possessions. So you definitely could be buying more things this month. We talked about that. So overall, I think this is a really nice month, Taurus. So enjoy the month of August and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Gemini, welcome to August. Let's talk about where I think your focus will continue to be this month. Is definitely on 3rd house matters. And then August 22nd, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet, is when the sun pops into Virgo And then focus will be on home, family, foundation, ancestry, and roots. Also on parents, you as a parent, if that applies. I mean, it doesn't have to be a parent to kids, but if you have pets or animals, that's could be the focus as well, or focus on your parents if your parents are still with us. So Gemini, continue to take advantage of this energy while the sun moves through Leo, because the sun is technically making really nice opportunity aspects into your planets, placements, points, depending on what you're watching for right now. So again, you can watch for your sun, your moon, your rising, or anything else that you want to watch for the sign of Gemini to bring all this energy together for you. So busy, busy, busy. I think you're going to continue to have a busy month. So this could be about traveling, trips, whether long or short distance. This could be sticking around home, getting to know your neighbors, or hanging out with siblings or cousins or extended family members or relatives you haven't seen in a long time. That energy might continue into the 4th house, because that's also to do with family and extended family members as well. Also technology, vehicles, transportation. If you're in the hospitality industry, I think that energy obviously is going to continue to be busy, 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 perhaps until the end of August, when, well, people seem to get back into school routines, and in general it is back to school, but back to work, and holidays are over and all that fun jazz. So Gemini, that's where I think your focus, or one of the focuses, will be for you this month. Now let's talk about those moons. Speaking of Leo, speaking of your 3rd house, you have a new moon here, and it's making a really nice aspect to Jupiter and Mars in your 1st house. So Gemini, if there's anything you want to learn, this is also the house of education, teaching, mentoring, coaching, training, you going back to school, or maybe you becoming the teacher, the mentor, the coach. Again, this new moon could be about community, place of living, especially if your IC runs through Leo, because yes, your IC, MC, all that stuff floats in our charts, depending on which house system you personally prefer. But if your IC happens to be in Leo, this could be about moving, place of living, or if you're at that age, retirement as well. And again, Jupiter and Mars are going to be bringing in blessings and expansion when it comes to this new moon. So plant those seeds of intention. But with Mars in the mix, Mars is going to make you go after what it is that you want, which is good for all of us. If we did not have Mars in our charts, I don't think we would go after a lot of things. I think it would be a lot of wish fulfillment and wishful thinking, right, Gemini? So anyway, beautiful new moon. This could also be a new beginning, right, in this 3rd house. And again, this is a very, very busy, busy day-to-day house. New beginning with communications or technology or community, or I just heard advancements, whatever that means. Could be about learning, education, teaching, things like that, Gemini. So there literally could be a new beginning around this new moon, or again, plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest over the next 6 months. And this is very powerful because you have Jupiter and Mars supporting this new moon as well in your sign. So this really could be, you can attract anything you want into your life at this time, Gemini, because anything that happens in our 1st house technically could bleed out into all areas of life, because the 1st house is a very important house in our charts, along with the 4th house, the 7th house, and the 10th house. So this is attracting in, bringing in whatever that you want, going after whatever it is that you want, Gemini. Now, the full moon in Aquarius on the 19th, this is going to be an interesting one. Gemini, for those of you that are open to this, you might have really interesting downloads or paranormal experiences or deja vu, some sort of connection to the past here, because you have Uranus in your hidden 12th house, and we have the full moon squaring Uranus. This could also be something that comes to light, like a download or an epiphany or an aha moment. Or might not be you, it might be your external circumstances. There's something that is revealed, a secret's revealed, or something along those lines. Might also have something to do with traveling. If you are traveling around this full moon, be mindful, be present of how you move around as well. Just because we're also in Mercury retrograde, and this full moon is opposing Mercury retrograde down in your third house. So there could be delays. There could be frustrations when it comes to technology, vehicles, transportation, planes, trains, automobiles. As I mentioned, if you do work in the hospitality industry or transportation industry, be mindful of this energy, because this could just amp up the delays, the frustrations, or on the other side of the coin, because we have Venus squaring Jupiter, this could be excess. This could be taking things too far. This could be biting off way more than you can handle. You know, Gemini, I love your sign because you are the epitome of jack of all trades. But I mean, with Jupiter in your sign, that's another thing to watch out for, is just expanding too fast. And with Mars there, you're going to be like, boom, I want to do 100 different things all at once and be an expert at it. Plus on top of that, I want to travel and trip around and go here and go there and go to new places. And so just, yeah, I think grounding is going to be very important for you this month, Gemini. I know that's tough for you because you are an air sign, depending on what you're watching for, of course. But yeah, be very mindful of that, because I feel like you could really get caught up in a whirlwind this month, and it might be too much. Like there might be a reality check coming in here, which we'll talk about that. Now, I'm not doom and glooming your month, Gemini. It's going to be a fantabulous month for you. You know, you have a full moon in Aquarius. It's making a really nice aspect to your planet's placements points. But like I said, it's how this full moon is talking to other planets in the sky. I can see the frustration coming in. And your ruler is backwards, right? Your ruler is going backwards this month. So unless you have Mercury retrograde natally in your chart, that's a different story. If you have Mercury retrograde natally in your chart, Gemini, you should have an okay month. You should be fine. You should actually flourish, actually. Things coming back from the past, offers, people, places, things, all this cool stuff. Go nuts, buy technology, buy vehicles, buy, you know, whatever you want. If you can afford it, of course. Don't break the bank, don't sell the farm. But for those of you that have Mercury direct in your chart, this is your ruler. So things could go a little squirrely. Things could go sideways. I can definitely see that. I can see the frustrations that could happen this month. So anyway, I'll stop nattering, Gemini. Let's see. Yeah, Mars in your sign. You're jazzed up. You got lots of energy. Like I said, you're going to be wanting to go. So just be mindful of that. It is a blessing, you know, with Mars and, you know, moving through your first house. This is a blessing. You'll have the vitality and the energy to just do whatever you want to do. Like tackle whatever you want to tackle. This is incredible energy. Now, when Mars comes together with Jupiter, again, fabulous. This is going to be fantastic for you, Gemini. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new start. Now, Jupiter rules your relationship sector. So, Gemini, as I mentioned earlier, anything that happens in your first house could bleed out to all areas of life. So, for those of you looking for love, looking for partnership in business or in love, this could bring in a partnership, or this could be the beginning of a new partnership. This is a 2-year cycle, approximately, because Mars takes about 2 years to go around the zodiac, but Jupiter moves through a new sign every single year. So this has not happened for many, many, many years. I believe the 80s was the last time this conjunction happened. So anyway, new beginnings with partnership, whatever that means. Love, business, maybe going into business with somebody like a friend or a family member. New work, new jobs, signing on the dotted line, new contracts, agreements, maybe marriage. For some of you, excuse me, this could even be marriage. Absolutely. And I'm looking at this as a beneficial thing. Absolutely. Plus, Jupiter rules your 10th house of career, status, reputation, you as a parent, parenting. Or this could be a new beginning or a new start for a parent or an older sibling as well, because Mars rules your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. This is also the house of luck. This is also the house of commitments, long-term commitments, like what are you going after long-term that's going to bring in those rewards, the royalties, things like that. Yeah, so Gemini, I see this as a blessing all the way around when it comes to your relationships and when it comes to work, when it comes to money and finances. I think this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful for you. So I'm definitely excited for you. So let me know how this plays out for you, this new beginning in your first house. Now, Venus moving through the bottom of your sky in Virgo there. Again, she's not 100% comfortable in Virgo. She can't really express herself very well, but she does bring in money and blessings wherever she goes. And I'm just trying to think, in your fourth house of home family foundation, if you have any quarrels, arguments, fights, whatever, on the home front, whoever you live with, roommates, flatmates, whatever, Venus in here will help smooth things over. So that is the nice thing about Venus moving through the fourth house. Also for you, Gemini, if there's anything around the house that you want to sell, because Venus is money too. Wherever she goes, she attracts love and money into our lives. So I'm thinking for you, Gemini, you could even sell things around the home and maybe make a few bucks, have a garage sale. You know, if that interests you, good time to kind of not only buy things for the home and beautify the home, but maybe a good time to think about, okay, how can I make some money? You know, anything in the home that I don't need anymore that I can get rid of. So Venus is really nice for that type of energy as well. Okay, and for those of you single, looking to mingle, you could find love in your immediate community. Let's just put it that way. Or maybe a family member might, or a relative might connect you with somebody that they know, like a friend of a friend or something like that. So if you're looking for love, I'd say look local. Look local, Gemini. That could be a possibility. Okay, let's see here. So we talked about a little bit about Mercury retrograde, things coming back from the past. This is your ruler, so just be mindful of that energy. And this being in your third house, the retrograde mainly being in your third house. I'm going to repeat myself here, but yes, just be very mindful of technology purchases, vehicle breakdowns, things like that. Don't ignore when your technology breaks down or your vehicle breaks down. Try to get them repaired. Or if you have been ignoring that check engine light, Gemini, yeah, that might come back around and all of a sudden your car poops out on you or something like that. That's just an example. But if you're looking to buy this month with regards to vehicles, again, planes, trains, automobiles, transportation, however you get around, even bikes, or computer equipment or technology or things like that, you can do it, but just be mindful of what you're signing up for, especially if there's a big price tag attached to it, Gemini. That's the only thing I would caution, because yeah, Mercury in the third house retrograde, that's like a double doozy for you, because Mercury rules this house for you, Gemini. So, and this is your ruler, so just kind of a heads up there. All right, we talked about Mars conjunct Jupiter, and lastly, let's talk about Jupiter making a square up to Saturn in your 10th house. So think way back to December of 2020. They came together, these two planets came together in Aquarius in your 9th house way back in December 2020. So this is education, this is learning something new, this is the house of the gods, this is long distance traveling, tripping around. This is dealing with foreign lands, foreign cultures, the legal system, the justice system, immigration, citizenship, paperwork, things like that. Teaching and coaching and mentoring is also covered off in the 9th house as well. Anything to do with educational pursuits or learning something new. So something new started for you way back, even if it was just a seed being planted way back December 2020, Gemini, besides the pandemic, okay? Besides the pandemic, what was happening in your life personally? Now, these two planets now are squaring up. This is their first conversation in quite a while. Now, this is a 20-year transit. So, I mean, it's not like this is a culmination point and it's done. This square is going to continue to wax and wane over the next 6 months and beyond, because I haven't even looked at 2025 yet, really. But I know they're coming together in a square again in December. So that means this is definitely going to carry into 2025. Now, Jupiter being in your first house, as I mentioned before, this could technically impact all areas of life. Saturn is in an important house, up in your 10th house. So I'm just going to fire off some examples here, Gemini. This could definitely be restrictions, constrictions coming in from your career sector, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis, even if you're retired. You know, it's like, what are the next steps? What are you doing? Maybe you're wrapping something up and it's time to think outside the box, do something different, add a service to your business. Or if you are working, how do you like your job? You know, whether you're the boss or you own a business or run a business or work for somebody else, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue in this job? Maybe Jupiter is asking you to step outside your comfort zone here. Like, maybe take on something new. Maybe it's time to take that side hustle take that hobby and turn it into a side hustle, turn it into a part-time job, turn it into something almost full-time, or maybe you can go down to part-time. But regardless, Jupiter squaring up to Saturn, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Gemini. This could get frustrating. Your boundaries are likely going to be tested in the career world, or if you deal with clients, or if you're a parent, or if you are dealing with your parents or dealing with people in authority. So this could be the government, the police, bosses, people in leadership or senior leadership. There could be some restriction, constriction here, because Jupiter in your sign, you're going to want to expand all areas of life, especially your relationships. But Saturn at the top of your sky is saying, whoa, 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 no, like, you're not doing that. And Saturn's going to fire off boundary tests to you for sure, like, absolutely. And again, this could bleed out into all sorts of relationships. This could also bleed out into your home life, Gemini. So just something to be mindful of. It's not a doom and gloom, you know, transit at all. It's just, it is what it is. These heavy hitters just happen to be squaring off this year. It is what it is. Jupiter will eventually move on and actually next year make a trine up to Saturn at some point. So anyway, readjustments, Gemini, are on the table beginning technically July, last month, all the way, I'm going to say, even past January 2025. So the energy is going to wax and wane. It's going to come and go, but it's meant to be. And I feel like Jupiter in your first house, Gemini, is asking you to step outside your comfort zone in multiple areas of life and think big, go big. With Mars there, Mars is going to give you the motivation, the passion, the drive to do something about it, to change your life, basically. So anyway, Gemini, I'll wrap this up because I don't want these videos to go too long, but otherwise I think August is going to be a wonderful month. So enjoy, and I'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Cancer, welcome to August. So let's talk about where I think your focus will be this month. So it's definitely going to continue to be on work, on however it is that you earn a living. So even if you're retired, it's kind of like, well, what does your day-to-day look like? What does your diet look like? What does nutrition look like? How are you taking care of the body? Also, money will be also in focus as well. Your material possessions, money coming in, money going out, that might continue to be the focus. Also, your skills, your talents, your abilities could also come into focus as well. Do you want to upgrade? Do you want to go back to school? Are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about changing jobs? Are you thinking about moving into retirement? Are you thinking about taking a whole new career shift? I'm going to come back to that because we're going to talk about that new moon, because this is definitely the month to consider it, or something could be coming in brand new for you in this area of life, including new work. But that will be one of your focuses this month, Cancer. And then once the sun lights up your Virgo house, which is your third house, this is going to be all about transportation, how it is that you get around. This is about learning. This is about education. This is about teaching. This could be you becoming the student again, or you becoming an elder, a teacher, or a coach, and passing down your knowledge to somebody else. This is also just a focus on your immediate environment, your immediate community, neighbors, neighborhood, siblings, cousins, extended family members. That's sort of where the focus is going to be. And also traveling, more so local, could be long distance as well, but this is more of a local focus of what's going on in your immediate environment. This is also technology. So if you want to upgrade anything or buy a new vehicle, the only thing I caution is, yes, Mercury is retrograde, which we will talk about. It's not like you can't buy anything with Mercury retrograde. Just be mindful of what you're signing up for. Be mindful of what you're spending. Be mindful of what's coming out of your bank account. Things like that, Cancer. Just be extra mindful, because Mercury is backing up into that second house of money, of work, of material possessions. So anything that you buy extravagantly this month, whether it's vehicles, technology, material possessions for the house, whatever the case may be, jewelry even, you might regret it. You might regret it, Cancer. So just rein in those expenses a little bit. I mean, if you have the means to do so, go nuts. But if you don't, I do not recommend betting the farm. I do not recommend, blowing extravagantly this month. But there might be that inkling to do so this month. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Okay, so let's go back to the new moon, full moon. So new moon in Leo there in your second house of work. So if you are looking, Cancer, to change jobs, there could be a new opportunity coming in for you this month around either this new moon, or it could be around the full moon as well. Now, if you are looking or just starting to look, I would say put yourself out there, get your resume out there, start applying for jobs, especially around the 4th or after the 4th of August. This is the time to put yourself out there. Start, it's funny, I just heard start advertising yourself. So whatever that means, maybe if you own a business, maybe if you want to attract in a new client base, now is the time. I feel like August is really nice that way, especially once the sun shifts into Virgo. It's like we want to get back into those routines, school routines. Kids are going back to school. People are going back to a kind of like a regular work routine, no more Fridays off and things like that. So if you do own a business, Cancer, yeah, put yourself out there, advertise. I would say anytime this month, take advantage of that. Yeah, Mercury is retrograde, but whatever, you can do readjustments, things like that later on down the road. Just, don't get someone to charge you like, I don't know, thousands and thousands of dollars to advertise. Maybe just start small and then move into something larger, maybe in September, October, if that makes sense, Cancer. So beautiful new moon, and it's also making a really nice opportunity aspect up to Jupiter and Mars in your hidden 12th house. I feel like, Cancer, this is the energy of being in the right place at the right time as well, because Jupiter is all about blessings and expansion and luck, and Mars is all about motivation, passion, and drive, and going after what it is that you want. So this is all about taking the reins of your own life, Cancer, and going after what it is that you want. No more sitting on the couch and wishful thinking, and I'm not saying that all Cancerians are doing that, but depending on where you are in your life, Cancer, it's sort of like, yeah, they're showing me like take the bull by the horns and start putting yourself out there this month and into next month as well. Now, the full moon in Aquarius, this is going to be an interesting full moon for each and every one of us. Now, this is again lighting up a financial axis for you, Cancer. So this is a good month for finances. Absolutely. It's just, again, I don't recommend blowing everything you have and living in a tent or a cardboard box. I do not recommend that. But this full moon is opposing Mercury retrograde, and it's making a square up to Uranus in your 11th house. So I'm going to put it out there, Cancer. Maybe not the best time to loan money to older siblings, or I just heard to kids, so I'll throw that out too. But also mixing money with friendship circles, people that you hang out with. If it's a couple bucks, whatever, that's fine. If you can spare that, spare that. But yeah, that's one thing they're definitely telling me is something about, for you, Cancer, something about mixing money with family and friends might not be a good idea. But again, if you have the means to do so, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out, Cancer. But yeah, this full moon might be full of surprises. Like, and for you Cancer, this could be like from an older sibling. This could be from friends, groups, people that you hang out with, humanitarian efforts, even third marriages for those of you, if that applies, joint assets, joint resources with people, whether that's in love or business or again, friends. There's some sort of possibility of like a shock factor here because Uranus is involved. And opposing Mercury retrograde can be challenging. That's confusion. That's like, what? That's being blindsided. That's just a miscommunication or technology misfiring or mistakes happening or, oh God, I sent that email out or I sent that text message to the wrong person or, you know, like things like that. But this is lighting up your financial access. So that's why I want to double caution you, Cancer, because yeah, watch out for scams. Watch out for people trying to take your money. Just, yeah, be mindful, be extra careful when it comes to things like that, especially for the month of August. So, but this isn't doom and gloom. It's just, I really feel like the full moon's going to have a shock factor for each and every one of us. Okay, now Mars is going to continue to trek in your 12th house. Now, this is an interesting placement for Mars. Cancer, you might find that your sleep patterns may be disruptive, or it might be hard to fall asleep or go to sleep because your mind might be like really overactive during this transit. This is a 6-week transit, so I'm just going to warn you, this isn't going to be for everybody because it depends on if Gemini is your true 12th house. But I do find with Mars in the 12th house, you're like antsy, you're very anxious, anxiety. If you already have anxiety, I feel like we all have a little bit of an anxiety. But yeah, it just might make your nervous system wake up a little bit more for good or for bad. So just be mindful of that. Try to move this energy, even if it's just getting out for a daily short walk, doing some light exercises in your home or at work or things like that. Just try to maybe move the energy out of your body because yeah, Mars is definitely waking up your electrical system. It's like I'm getting the energy of like all hands on deck and your brain is just lighting up like a Christmas tree. So just be mindful of that. But Cancer, for you, I find this really incredible with Mars and Jupiter coming together in your hidden 12th house. So they're showing me again for you, this is being in the right place at the right time. This again could have something to do with a new beginning with your career because Mars rules your 10th house of career or a change of status. What I mean by that is maybe you're known for doing XYZ, maybe you're known for being a lawyer or something like that, or a homemaker, and then you're moving into something new. So maybe you're a homemaker and you move into being a lawyer. Or maybe you're a lawyer and you move into being a homemaker or a carpenter or a mechanic or something like that, Cancer. Like that could be a shift in status at this time because this is a new 2-year cycle starting for you. This could also maybe have something to do with your children. Maybe your kids are starting a brand new cycle this month. And again, this is a 2-year transit. Or you could meet someone special actually as well, because Mars rules your 5th house of romance, dating, pleasure, joy, self-expression, creativity, hobbies, and also kids as well. So Cancer, this might, if this doesn't apply to you, if this doesn't resonate with you, this could be a new beginning with a hobby. Maybe not a bad time to pick up a hobby because it probably will stick. Anything you pick up now will probably stick over the next 2 years. So make sure it's a good habit, a good hobby. And, or this, like I said, could be a new beginning with a child, like a new start with a child. And it should be really nice because it's paired with Jupiter, and Jupiter is the great benefic, but Jupiter does expand anything he touches for good or for bad. So I'm just going to put that out there. But yeah, for you Cancer, I keep hearing you're going to be in the right place at the right time. They keep telling me that. So forgive me. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, they keep saying that to me. So anyway, all in all, I think this is going to be a really nice new beginning for you Cancer. And this is also going to emphasize wrapping up a big cycle. This for you, this is like wrapping up a 12-year cycle, because once Jupiter pops into your sign next year, middle of next year, this is you expanding on multiple levels as well. And I think this is also going to be really good for your career. I think this is really going to be good for your traveling, education, teaching, training, coaching, mentoring, things like that, Cancer. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So big wrapping up, big endings here, but also blessings coming in. You know, they're showing me definitely blessings coming in for you as well, Cancer. So I love this for you. Now, Venus moving through your 3rd house. If you have any quarrels or anything like that with your neighbors or neighborhood or community or siblings or relatives or anything like that, Venus moving through this part of your sky smooths things over. It makes those conversations with these people a lot better. There could also be little blessings coming in from these people as well. So this could be, you know, money coming in from these individuals as well, like neighbors, neighborhood, community, finding money or finding love, just being out and about in the community. So that could be a possibility as well. Let's see here. This is really nice for traveling, short distance traveling, getting to know your community a little bit better, exploring your community a little bit better. Venus here will just kind of make that much more sweeter and nicer for you, Cancer. If you're looking for love, you're going to find it locally. Let's just put it that way. So get out there and mingle, Cancer. You have this energy for the next 3 weeks before Venus moves into Libra. But yeah, if you are looking for love, put yourself out there. Go to the local bars, pubs, I don't know, events, things like that. You could find love locally in your community, and it might surprise you as well. All right, let's see here. So yeah, we talked about Mercury retrograde. We talked about the conjunction. Last but not least, I want to talk about Jupiter making a square to Saturn this month. So I'm going to throw it out there, Cancer. There's going to be boundaries are going to be tested over the next several months, because this energy is going to be with us until early 2025, I'm going to say. Because yes, the square perfects this month, but we might have felt it last month. We're going to continue to feel it until the end of 2025. They come together with a square again in December. So this isn't a bad thing. This is just a time for readjustments, time for making a change. Maybe this is wrapping something up and moving into a new cycle, or moving into a new story, or writing a new story, however you want to say that. Breaking free of something, moving away from something. Now, think back, Cancer, to December of 2020. That's when Saturn and Jupiter came together in Aquarius, which is exactly where Pluto is right now, in your 8th house. So this is about shared assets, shared property, shared investments, money, resources, anything you share with a partner, investments, inheritance. So again, December 2020, something started here. A seed was planted at this time. And then now this is going to be a 20-year story that unfolds, not only Pluto moving through here, but also as Jupiter and Saturn make their way around the zodiac over the next 20 years, and unfolding this story from a higher level for all of us, but specifically for you, Cancer. This is something to do with finances, something to do with taxes, debts, loans, relationship to partnership from a material possession or financial perspective. So marriage, I'm thinking of, for example. This could also be about transformation and changing your life, Cancer. This is a deep transformative house, and I find it interesting that Pluto just happens to be on the same degree, definitely activating this, whatever this was for you back in December 2020, besides the pandemic, okay? Besides that, what was happening personally in your life, in your family's life, in your partnership, in your marriage, whatever the case may be. So again, readjustments, reassessments over the next few months. Saturn being in the 9th house, this could be restrictions, constrictions when it comes to anything to do with paperwork or citizenship, immigration paperwork, educational pursuits or matters, They're also showing me, though, any sort of educational pursuits you're starting now, you're going to be setting yourself up for success in the long haul. So I just want to put that out there. But Jupiter wants to expand, Saturn wants to constrict and restrict. This could be reality checks coming in from that 9th house. So again, maybe your paperwork doesn't get approved. Maybe you don't pass that test. Maybe you don't do as well as you think, or you haven't been doing as well as you thought, or maybe you changed gears and, like I said, moved into a new career and you're kind of like, man, I don't know if this is for me or not. So readjustments are being asked of you over the next 6+ months. So this isn't a quick energy, Cancer. This is going to be with us a while, giving you a lot of time to move through this energy. And again, boundaries are going to be tested. Be mindful when you're traveling, especially long distance. There could be issues or constrictions or restrictions, or again, reality checks when you're traveling. Make sure your passport is up to date. Could also have something to do with the legal system, justice system, anything to do. If you're a teacher, this definitely could be putting you on a new path or making you rethink a lot of things. This is also the house of religion and philosophy. This is the house of the gods as well. Anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures. So not a bad transit, Cancer, but just a transit of, making sure you ground and be mindful of those boundaries. Because yeah, Saturn's definitely going to be testing that as well. Otherwise, Cancer, all in all, I think this is going to be a wonderful month ahead regardless. Because yeah, focus on that new beginning that's happening in your 12th house, that's activating your 10th house, activating your 5th house, activating your 6th house, activating your 9th house. There's a lot of activations here. So yeah, just look forward to that new beginning, whatever that new beginning is for you, Cancer. So enjoy the month of August, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Leo, happy birthday if you are celebrating a birthday this month. So Leo, focus is going to continue to be on you this month as the sun is still shining brightly in the sign of Leo. And then beginning August 22nd-ish, depending on where you are on the planet, is when the sun pops into your 2nd house. And now it's going to be, the focus is going to turn to work, how you earn a living, how you make a living, money, financial resources, material possessions, your skills, your talents, your abilities. Are you going back to school? Are you changing jobs? Things like that, Leo. So continue to take advantage of your energy, continue to, bring in the light, the joy, the happiness, the romance, the fun, the flirty energy, the drama, perhaps, Leo. So continue to enjoy this time while the sun is lighting you up from the inside out. Because yeah, I feel like once the sun moves into Virgo for all of us, it's going to be like back to routines, back to work, getting our diets back on track. No more drinking excessively or smoking excessively, or I don't know, Leo, pick your poison. You know what I'm talking about? So back to routines, basically. Virgo season always reminds me of back to school, even though I've been out of school for, 20 years now. So, but it always reminds me of, back to school, back to work, back to routines. So, all right, Leo. Yeah, and you have a new moon this month. So I think I mentioned it last month. This is your birthday new moon, Leo. Whether you had a birthday last month or this month, set your birthday wishes around this new moon or just after this new moon. So August 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th. Plant those seeds of intention. What do you want to manifest in the year ahead? Like I'd say go big. Technically, new moons are like, 6 months out. That something will manifest, something will come to a culmination point, but this is your birthday season, Leo. So I'd say go big, make those birthday wishes, however many you want, and get clear with the universe, have a little ritual, light a candle, I don't know, whatever you want to do, and call in what you want from the universe. And again, a new moon in your 1st house, it can manifest all areas of life. So I mean, you can manifest whatever you want, Leo, whatever you want. Plus you have Mercury retrograde. So this, I'm going to be honest, Leo, Mercury retrograde, this could be a blessing or a curse, okay? I'm going to be honest, because But because this might just drive you nuts. Like, it's not the end of the world that Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3-4 times a year. It's nothing new, but when it happens in our sign, it can be quite annoying. It's like we have to double check the details, triple check the details, know who we're dealing with, know who you're sending that email to, double check that you don't hit reply all, Leo, and just hit reply, or make sure you're sending that text message to the person you want to send that text message to. You know, don't ignore that check engine light, Leo. Maybe it's time to finally take your vehicle in and get that checked out before it leaves you stranded on the side of the highway. So things like that. Buying new technology. Again, nobody's stopping you, Leo, but just be mindful of what you're buying. Watch the price tag. But with Mercury retrograde coming back around, they're actually showing me you might pick up some really amazing deals at this time as well, Leo. So just be mindful. Just be mindful of this energy. Mercury retrograde, like I said, is not the end of the world, but it's just being more grounded and mindful of your actions when Mercury is retrograde. And Mercury will technically station 4 degrees of Virgo. So this is your house of work, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis to bring in money. So even if you're retired, like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? How is your health? How is your diet? How is your routines? Do you have any pets that maybe need to be looked after, or maybe more attention needs to be put on them? This is skills, talents, abilities. This is your house of upgrading your skill set. So you could also be rethinking about these things, right, Leo? So just, again, this Mercury retrograde is interesting because it's in Virgo and in Leo. So I feel like all of us will be assessing not only one area of life, which is Leo, but the Virgo area of life for us as well. And this is a money house for you, Leo. So that's why I'm involving the money angle here, and be mindful of expenses and material possessions as well. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk about, oh, and another thing, the new moon that's happening in your sign. Mars, Jupiter are making an opportunity aspect to this new moon as well, amping up your birthday wishes, amping up that energy of going after whatever it is that you want. This could be about your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, social media, the internet, again, technology, humanitarian efforts. Could be about friendship circles and groups for you, Leo, as well, getting connected with the right people, or happen to be in the right place at the right time, Leo. Excuse me. This could also be about an older sibling, which we'll get to. But yeah, if I forget to say it, this could also be a new beginning with an older sibling, like a new beginning in their life, or a new sort of fresh start between you and them, like the relationship you have with an older sibling, if that applies to your situation. Okay, yeah, this full moon in Aquarius, let's talk about that. It is opposing your sign, so it is lighting up you, but it's also lighting up your relationship house. Now, this is an interesting full moon, Leo, because it's opposing Mercury retrograde in your sign. If you have anything around 27 degrees of Leo, you're going to feel this very intensely. You're going to feel this the most. Because also, if you do have anything around, I'm going to say 25 degrees to the end of Leo, Uranus is squaring you right now. And Uranus is very slow moving. So Uranus is trying to wake you up from the inside out, depending on what you're watching for. So if you're watching for Leo Sun, this could be a shake up, a wake up in your career. You know, do you want to stay in your career? Maybe it's time to get out of your career, get out of that corporate job or whatever you're doing and move into your own business, or maybe vice versa. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm done with this business. I want to go back to working for somebody else. I want the 9 to 5. I don't want to work 17 hours a day in my business anymore. So there's some sort of ask, like Uranus is trying to awaken you. If it's your ascendant, this is like waking you up from the inside out. But I mean, this still has something to do with your status. So this could have partnership, marriage, contracts, agreements, negotiations. Also, anything to do with your career or bosses or authority figures or you as a parent could be changing as well. So the reason why I say that is because this full moon is also making a square to Uranus. So if you, like I mentioned, if you have anything around 27 degrees, that you're going to feel this the most. So I can recommend, Leo, to ground, to be mindful of your actions, to do your best. I know this is hard, but do your best to stop and just think or be mindful or notice what you're noticing or notice what you're experiencing or notice what you're feeling. Because there might be some crazy energy coming in from your career sector, your partnership sector, whether this is in love, business, or friendship, people that you work with or people that work for you, depending on your situation. Apply this to your life. If you own a business or work for somebody else, or retirement. So even if you're retired, you could experience this in different ways, as you know, your kids, your family, your place of living, your community, your neighborhood, anybody that you're connected to or connected with. It might be something to do with your kids. Maybe your kids are going through an interesting time or things like that, Leo. So apply this to your life, because this full moon is activating, again, a very important axis. The important areas of our life are the 1st, the 7th, the 4th, and the 10th. And these are being woken up for you this month, Leo. So really anything can happen. Expect the unexpected. Full moons, this is a culmination point. And Leo, I don't know, maybe you're wrapping up a job, maybe you're wrapping up a contract, maybe you're wrapping up a divorce, maybe you are getting married, whatever the case may be, Leo. Again, apply this to your situation. Not negative energy, but I can see that opposition from Mercury being annoying. I'm going to be honest. that might be annoying. So technology going sideways, transportation, traveling. If you are traveling, just double, triple check everything. Get there on time. Try to leave early. You know, the usual retrograde rules, Leo. Okay, now Mars in Gemini, moving through your 11th house. So this is going to put more attention and focus on groups, friendship circles, your role in these groups as well. Leo, be mindful of taking on too much in your friendship circles. Are you the one doing everything? Are you the one taking action on everything? Are you the one organizing everything? Again, and if you love doing that, awesome. But I can also see you going overboard and taking on too much, and which is great for other people, right? If you're doing all the work. But just again, something to be mindful of here. If you do have an older sibling, Mars in here can cause some disagreements, some quarrels, heated discussions, heated debates, things like that. Not the end of the world, but I just thought I'd mention that because with the conjunction to Jupiter, things can get blown out of proportion, Leo. So just be mindful of that. Also, social media. This could have something to do with social media as well. So be mindful of what you're putting on social media or what you're saying on social media. But I can also see this as maybe something you put on social media and it like blows up in a good way. I can also see that as well. But again, Mars is that double-edged energy, double-edged sword. So it could go one way or another, Leo. This is also the house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So this is Mars up here is just making you a go-getter, going after what it is that you want. Now, Mars coming together with Jupiter, this is a new beginning. We just had Mars coming together with Uranus in your 10th house. So I'm just curious, Leo, what happened? Did you end a job? Did you start a job? Did you, I don't know, what happened? What happened last month in July when it comes to that conjunction with Mars and Uranus? This is also the house of your parents, parenting, you as a parent. This was some sort of new beginning initiated here last month. And now this month, coming together with Jupiter, I feel like this will be a better conjunction. Also, it's flowing into your Leo planets, placements, points a lot nicer as well, especially if you have anything around 16 degrees of Leo. It's full on. There's going to be big blessings coming your way. And you will have the energy and the motivation and the passion and the drive to go after what it is that you want. This might also have something to do with romance, dating. That could be a possibility. Somebody coming in, meeting somebody new. If you are single, if you're attached with someone, this could also be marriage as well for you, Leo. I can see that going either way. This might have something to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, teaching, training, education, downloads, religion, spirituality. This is, think new beginnings in these areas of your life. Could be an opportunity to make more money. Again, blessings coming in from friendship groups, humanitarian efforts, social media, older siblings. I just heard cousins, so sure, I'll throw that out there. I'll throw that out there as well. So relatives, maybe blessings coming in from them as well could be a possibility. Actually, yeah, blessings from home too. Expansion on the home front, that could be a possibility as well. So anyway, Leo, regardless, this is a new beginning with Mars coming together with Jupiter this month. So I love it. And this is setting you up for a new 2-year cycle. So now Venus in Virgo is incredible for you, Leo, because this should line your pockets. This is money and love and blessings coming through Venus in your second house of work. Now is the time to maybe ask for that raise or that promotion, Leo, or go after it. Apply for promotions, apply for jobs, things like that. Put yourself out there, Leo, because Venus could bring in a new job, or if you're starting a new job this month, that will definitely help in, you know, bosses, colleagues, coworkers, you know, or if you own a business, things like that. This should be money coming in. Material possessions, watch out for spending too much. We already talked about that. Overindulgence could also happen when Venus moves through this sign, and she squares up to Jupiter at some point as well. So again, there's that overindulgent piece. So just be mindful of that. But otherwise, yeah, Venus in the second house is really, really nice for money and work and material possessions as well. You might find love at work too, Leo. If you are single, you could find love at work as well. Okay, and then last but not least, let's talk about Jupiter squaring up to Saturn. Leo, Saturn in a financial house, Jupiter in that 11th house, which we talked about. This could be reality checks with finances, reality checks with loaning people money. So this could be loaning friends money, groups, associations, memberships that you belong to, loaning money to an older sibling. This could be reality checks coming in, or maybe you saying, you know what, I can't support you anymore financially. I gotta tighten up the belt here. That's just one example. But Saturn moving through a financial house, Leo, you know, and Saturn's been here for quite a while, and same with Neptune. Saturn's going to make you turn a critical eye to finances. Like maybe you don't want to spend the money. Maybe you want to see the money grow in your bank account, and that's okay. That's kind of what you want to do with Saturn in the 8th house, but you also don't want to cheat on your taxes, for example, Leo. So this might have something to do with taxes, debts, or loans. Again, think reality checks, think expanding too much, think blowing too much money. Now this might be coming back around, Leo. Now I'm not trying to Debbie down this energy. This could definitely manifest as paying off a debt, paying off a loan, saying no, stop loaning money to people and saying no to people. You know, there's no problem saying no, because our boundaries are definitely going to be tested during this Jupiter square Saturn. And this is a long transit, Leo. So yes, it's perfecting this month, but you might have felt it last month, and you're going to continue to feel it for the next couple months. And then it perfects again in December. So this energy is going to be with us for a while, because there's a lesson here. There's something we need to move through and learn, each and every one of us. So, and again, for you, Leo, in a financial house and Jupiter in a very wish fulfillment, expansive house, yeah, I can definitely see you pulling in the reins and being like, no, I'm not doing that, or no, I'm not supporting that. No, I'm not going to spend money on that anymore. I'm going to save my money. I'm going to pay off my loans. I'm going to pay off my debt, or I'm going to, whatever the case may be. If you got to get your taxes done, things like that. Again, not a horrible transit, Leo, but just, again, something to be mindful of. But yes, will it be frustrating? Yeah. Might be emotional? Yeah. Boundaries are going to be tested? Absolutely. Like 100% absolutely, Leo. This could even be at work too. Boundaries with coworkers, colleagues, or if you're the boss, people testing you, things like that could come up, power struggles. Just, I mean, Pluto in your opposite sign, Leo, I hate to say it, but we're all going to be experiencing this over the next 20 years. What exactly does that mean for each and every one of us? It's going to manifest differently for each and every one of us. But like power, fear, control, we're going to be looking at that from a transformational lens for over the next 20 years. But Saturn is in that house as well, kind of preparing us for this, or helping to prepare us for this long transit, because Pluto is all about transformation. So I do see that connection here as well. Also, Leo, I'm going to throw it out there. There might be a connection here, from December 2020. That's when Jupiter and Saturn came together in your opposite sign at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So think back to then, besides the pandemic, personally, what was happening in your life. There was a seed planted back then. Something to do with relationships possibly too. So as I mentioned, could be relationships, all walks of life, love, friends, business, parents, whoever in our lives, whoever we're connected to. There could be something coming up around this time, or again, over the next 6 months. So anyway, Leo, overall, enjoy the rest of your birthday season. Make it a good one. Like I mentioned, plant those birthday wishes on or around August the 4th, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Virgo, happy birthday if you are celebrating a birthday this month, Virgo. So let's chat about where I think your focus is going to continue to be this month. Definitely going to continue to be working on maybe things behind the scenes, taking a break, taking a vacation, bringing back joy, pleasure, happiness, maybe just sleeping. Maybe just sleeping, Virgo. Just get all the rest you can, because once the sun pops into your first house, it's going to be all about you. It's going to be lighting you up from the inside out. This is your solar year ahead you're planning for. So this could activate multiple areas of life: the home front, the career, relationships, love, your children, kids, going back to school, getting back into routines, things like that. Virgo season is wonderful for that. It's kind of like getting back into a healthy routine and getting rid of those bad habits that we picked up over the past 2 to 3 months and getting back on track, Virgo. Also spirituality, I did hear that as well. Like focus this month might also be on spirituality while the sun is moving through your 12th house as well, Virgo. Now, the moons, the luminaries this month. So you do have a new moon in that hidden 12th house, Virgo. It is making a connection up to your career sector, which you have Mars and Jupiter up there right now. So Virgo, this could be healing on a mental, spiritual, or physical level. This could be finding the right practitioner, whatever that means for you, like a healer, a spiritual healer, physical healer, like a doctor or nurse practitioner, whatever healer means for you. You could bring that in around this new moon as well. Really nice energy. But I feel like you will pursue that. You might find them. I'm not sure if they're just going to fall in your lap. They could, because this is the 12th house. And I mean, anything can happen in that 12th house. But like you could be at the right place at the right time or overhear something, right? But with that Mars and Jupiter at the top of your sky, I'm also seeing you initiating something, you going after seeking out help or finding the right person. Also with Venus in your first house this whole month, you're going to attract the right people into your life as well. You're going to attract money, you're going to attract love, you're going to attract finances, and you're going to look better, even if you don't change anything about yourself. I really noticed that with Venus moving through the first house. So depending on what you're watching for, if it's sun, moon, rising, especially if it's your sun and your rising, I'm going to say, unless you have like a stellium in Virgo, I really notice you're like almost in the spotlight when Venus goes through your first house, which is a good thing, and you do attract that attention, but you also attract good things into your life and good people into your life as well, Virgo. So also for those of you wanting to change careers or switch careers or something like that, yes, call that in at this time. This might actually be happening around this new moon, like a new job start, resigning, moving into a new career, shifting gears, going back to school, learning something new, changing your financial circumstances, Virgo, could be a possibility as well with those two powerhouses at the top of your sky, which I'm going to come back to. Now, this full moon in Aquarius is a little bit interesting for all of us. So not just you, Virgo, but all of us are going to go through this. Now, it is putting a spotlight on your sixth house. So we talked about it. Maybe a new job coming in, new contract, if you own a business, this could be people shuffling in your environment. This could be coworkers moving around. This could be people leaving, people going back to school, and then you got to hire new people, things like that. Just overall shuffling in your work environment. This could also be putting a spotlight again on your health, your diet, your routines, day-to-day habits. Again, kick old crappy habits that are just not working anymore. Could also be putting the spotlight on pets and animals as well, if that resonates with you. But this is putting a spotlight on a busy house. But it's opposing Mercury retrograde in Leo at the time of this full moon. And it's also squaring up to Uranus in your ninth house. So Uranus, it's like, I don't know, expect the unexpected. Uranus is really hard to predict. It's almost impossible to predict. But one thing about Uranus that I can say is expect the unexpected. It's like a lightning bolt. It's like, Uranus is up in your house of, religion, spirituality, the house of the gods, education, teaching, learning, you becoming the mentor, the coach, the teacher, or you going back to school, you learning something new, or foreign lands, foreign cultures, dealing with people all over the world. So, expect the unexpected, basically, in multiple areas of life, whether it's work, whether it's that ninth house, traveling, long distance traveling. Mercury retrograde might be annoying though. I'm not going to lie. Mercury's also squaring up to Uranus here, and also we have Venus squaring up to Jupiter. So this could be going overboard. This could be excess. Also be mindful spending money, especially on technology or vehicles or upgrading or anything like that. I'm not saying it's not a good time to buy, because if stuff breaks down, you got to fix it, right? Like if that check engine light comes on and you find out, your motor is going to blow or something like that, well, you got to get it fixed, right? Same with technology. Maybe your laptop needs something, or you need a new laptop. It is what it is, right? Virgo, this is what I love about astrology. It just prepares you for things that happen out of the blue, and you're like, okay, at least you can say around August 19th, okay, that's just the full moon. That's the Uranus energy coming in. That's the Mercury retrograde energy coming in. So not that it makes things better, but at least it helps us understand, some things that could be happening around this full moon. Plus it's a full moon. It's an ending. It's a culmination point in at least one area of life. And for you, as I mentioned, it's lighting up that busy sixth house of work, of duty, of responsibility. This is the house of being of service. Virgo, you know all about being of service. You are the epitome of being of service, or your sign is, I should say, because it really depends on what you're watching for. So just a heads up there. Let's talk about your 10th house here. So Mars in your 10th house of career, of status, of reputation. Mars is going to give you the motivation, the passion, the drive to go after what it is that you want. If you want to end a job this month, Virgo, do it. If you want to apply for new jobs, I'd say do it. Apply for that promotion. Think big, go big, get your side hustle off the ground. Think of new services, put them out there, put yourself out there. They don't have to be perfect. I know you're the sign that doesn't want to hear that, but guess what? It doesn't have to be perfect. You can perfect it later on down the road as you see more clients, as you move into this energy. Perfect it later on down the road. It doesn't have to be perfect, because guess what? You're going to wait forever. You're going to wait forever for the perfect circumstances, for the perfect situation, for the perfect whatever, Virgo. Jupiter at the top of your sky, and now Mars activating Jupiter, is going to ask you, no, step outside of your comfort zone now, Virgo. Don't wait. Don't wait. Now, I'm not saying to you, Virgo, sell the farm, bet the farm, live out of a cardboard box, live out of the back of your car. No, I do not recommend that, because I'm also a realist. So Virgo, push yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's okay to take a risk, because Jupiter is there supporting you, but Jupiter is also asking you to change your life, change your circumstances. You don't like that relationship? Get the hell out of that relationship. With Mars up here, I feel like you're going to be tempted, especially with that square down to Saturn, which we'll talk about. It's going to be like severing something, ending something. And when I say relationship, this could be in business, this could be in love, this could be a friendship, this could be whatever. A contract, agreement, negotiation, even a marriage. I'm not saying all of you are going to get divorced, okay? But the energy is there to change your status. When I say status, that could be going from single to common law, or common law to married, or married to single, married to divorce. So, because Mars severs, right? And you do have Saturn in your 7th house. You do have Mars coming together in it with a square here this month to Virgo. So there could be some frustrations coming through relationships, but it is what it is. The transit will move on, but we'll talk about that square in just a second here with Jupiter and Saturn. That's going to be with us for a lot longer. But anything to do with your career, go after what it is that you want, even if it's retirement. Maybe some of you are like, you know what? I'm done. I'm retiring. Here's my, 60 days notice, or whatever you have to give if you're in a higher position, Virgo, or here's my 2 weeks notice, whatever you want. I'm retiring. I'm out of here. Bye. That could be a possibility as well. And then you have new adventures coming in, right? The focus is going to be on home, family, foundation, or working out of your home, or taking that side hustle and making it a part-time job, as I mentioned. Okay, we talked about Venus moving through your sign, the great attractor. She should bring in blessings in multiple areas of life and just make you look more attractive, Virgo. Even if you don't do anything about your appearance, you'll just look more attractive with Venus moving through that 1st house, which is really nice. Mercury retrograde. I don't think we really touched on this. So Mercury is your ruler. Mercury functions very, very, very well in Virgo. But Mercury is going backwards. So if you have Mercury retrograde natally in your chart, you should thrive at this time. Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying the rest of us were going to have a crap time. It's just that it's quite different when these planets are retrograde in your chart. Because yes, the energy is more internal, but you cope with retrogrades quite a bit better than for those of us that have, say, Mercury direct in our chart. Mercury retrograde can just be annoying. I just find it annoying when Mercury goes retrograde, because computers start acting up, our cars start acting up, short distance, long distance travel gets annoying because there's delays, construction on the roads. This bridge is closed, this underpass is closed, this flight got canceled, oh, your itinerary got changed and nobody told you, and Virgo. Anyway, I'm sure you already know this because this is your ruler. So for you, Virgo, just reassessments, readjustments. This is in your 1st house. It's going to start in your 1st house. So this could really touch all areas of life because this is your planet. But once Mercury backs into your 12th house, this is, again, more of a hidden house. So this is about something that you didn't wrap up, re-looking at something coming back around from the past that you haven't dealt with. You thought you dealt with, but now you got to deal with it. This could be something coming out of the closet, like secrets coming out of the closet. This could be definitely just an extra emphasis on endings, wrapping things up, awakenings. Again, this is the house of spirituality as well. This is also just double, triple checking everything, Virgo. It's almost like a new cycle starting for you. Like something has to end before something begins. And this could also be people, places, things coming back around as well. Because this is your personal planet as well, Virgo. So anyway, let's see. Yes, let's expand a little bit more on Jupiter square Saturn. So Virgo, think back to December of 2020. Besides a pandemic, okay, get personal with yourself. What was happening around December 2020 personally, not collectively, personally? There could be a flavor here coming up. Now for you, this conjunction happened in Aquarius, in your 6th house, 0 degrees, right where Pluto is right now. So I find this, well, everything happens for a reason, but I just find this so incredible because Pluto is activating this 0 degree mark at the exact same time Jupiter and Saturn are squaring off. And this is their first square in a 20-year cycle. So for you, Virgo, again, it's hitting big angles of your chart. Anything that happens in the 1st house, the 7th house, the 10th house, the 4th house, big life changes and shifts and pivots and all the goodies. So Virgo, we talked about your career. This is a challenging aspect up to your career. This is restrictions, constrictions. This is frustrations. This is wanting to go big in your career, wanting to go big in your business, wanting to retire, wanting to plan for the future, wanting to travel, maybe wanting to move or build your own home, or expand on your family. And then Saturn's coming in and saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, pump the brakes. I'm going to constrict you, restrict you in some way, shape, or form. And here's a reality check. Slap across the face, not literally, but you know what I mean. So there's something coming in here. I'm not going to lie. It could be frustrating because it's activating all this mutable energy. Virgo, you're mutable. And it's, you know, Gemini is mutable. Pisces is mutable. Sag is mutable. This could also bleed out into your home. Something frustrating on the home front. Something frustrating with your kids, your family, your career. Like I said, maybe you want to retire and they're like, no, we need another year out of you or whatever. Frustrations with love relationships, marriage, partnerships, business partnerships, leaderships. Maybe you're, again, apply this to your life, Virgo. I could go on and on and on. This could be like an hour video for you. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at. I'm not trying to doom and gloom you, okay? I'm just trying to be honest and real. I can't fluffy bunny all of this stuff all the time. So just be mindful. Just be mindful. And this energy is going to be with us for a while. So just take a breath, ground, center yourself. You know, you are an earth sign, so I feel like you're going to be able to handle this energy a lot better than maybe some of the other signs. But this energy is not flowing nicely into your sign. So I also want to appreciate that as well. Saturn's opposing you. Neptune is opposing you. Jupiter is squaring you. Mars is squaring you. But you got Venus in your sign. So that's amazing. And you're going to have the sun in your sign. That's also amazing. And you got this spiritual help behind you as well. Like I keep hearing that about you with Uranus in your 9th house. But anyway, sorry, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole here, but I'm hearing so many positive messages coming in for you, Virgo. So just think positive, try to stay in a high vibration. I know it's easy for me to say, I know, but try to remember that all these planets are working for you, not against you. This is your birthday season. Plant those seeds of intention. We're going to talk about, you're going to have a new moon next month in your sign, and that's technically going to be your birthday new moon, whether you have a birthday this month or next month, but we'll talk about that. But this new moon in your 12th house, I feel like you got crazy spiritual support. We all do, but I feel like there's extra support coming in for you, Virgo, because you are going through a challenging time. Absolutely. That, and the Pisceans as well. I don't want to disregard some of the other signs. All the mutable signs are going through some interesting energy with that Neptune and Saturn. That's definitely not easy energy to handle, but utilize the energy that's to your benefit, like Venus, the Sun, Uranus as well. So all in all, Virgo, I think August is going to be a good month because, I mean, it's your birthday season. Come on, it's the start of your birthday season. So that should light you up like a Christmas tree from the inside out automatically. So anyway, Virgo, enjoy the month of August, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Libra, welcome to August. Let's see what's going on for you this month. Give yourself permission to slow down this month, Libra, especially around August 22nd when the sun pops into your hidden 12th house, Libra. So, you know, sleep in, take that snooze, take that extra break, pamper yourself. Just get back into a routine, a healthy routine. How's your habits? How's your, I don't know, check in with your pets as well, Libra. You know, just, it's okay to slow down. Just give yourself permission to slow down. That's where my eye automatically went. But on the other side, as I'm recording this, the sun is still technically in Leo, the beginning of August. So again, focus is still going to be on friends, hanging out with people, having fun, having a good time, partying, hanging out with people that you love, surrounding yourself with people that you love. Maybe focus would be on children as well, and pleasure and joy and romance and dating and bringing the spark back in your relationship, and just overall having a good time. Hopes, wishes, dreams, wish fulfillment, you know, all that beautiful energy, all that beautiful Leo energy is making nice aspects to your Libra planets, placements, points this month as well, Libra. So, and you have a new moon in there as well. So actually, let's talk about that new moon. So this is incredible for travel. If you're traveling around August the 4th, just be mindful of Mercury retrograde, which we'll talk about. But yeah, this could kind of throw a wrench with travel plans and things like that. So just be mindful of that, Libra. But around this new moon, really nice energy coming in to travel, to learn something new. Maybe you're thinking about going back to school. You know, benefits coming in from older siblings, if that applies. People that you're connected to, again, groups, friends, memberships, associations you belong to, your role with these groups as well. Maybe traveling with friends, traveling with loved ones, traveling with a partner. This is also the new moon of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams too. So making a nice aspect to Jupiter and Mars. This is putting some action, some oomph behind these new moon wishes. Now, Libra, this could manifest around this new moon, or now is the time around August the 4th or a few days after to plant those seeds of intention. What do you want to manifest in this area of life over the next 6 months? And this is a very lucky house as well. And with it also being Leo, making nice aspects to your Libra placements, I feel like this is going to like light you up from the inside out. This is also social media, putting yourself out there, internet, and also, what am I thinking of here? Also, it's interesting, your marriage houses, Libra, are getting lit up now as well. Yeah, your second marriage house and your third marriage house, I just realized that, is getting lit up as well. I find that funny, Libra. Well, not funny, like haha, but yeah, I knew there was something they were trying to say to me, and I'm like, well, what is it? But yeah, marriage. So marriage is lit up for you this month as well, which is really interesting. But I'll come back to that because this could also be a 2-year cycle that's unfolding with Mars and Jupiter up in your 9th house of second marriage, for example. But this new moon is in your 3rd marriage house technically, and also older siblings as well. This could be a new beginning with an older sibling as well, if that resonates with you. Now, the full moon down in Aquarius, I mean, if you have anything around 27 degrees, this full moon is pouring nice harmonious energy into your Libra planets, placements, points. But just looking at this full moon alone, it is opposing Mercury retrograde, and it is making a square to Uranus up in your financial house, but also your partner's finances as well, Libra. So this could be shining a spotlight on your romantic life, whether you're with a partner or you're single. If you are single, you can actually meet somebody around this time as well. Again, I mentioned your marriage houses are definitely lit up at this time. Also kids, something to do with kids or pregnancy or birthing something new. This could be a new creative project, a new creative endeavor, a hobby, something coming to light, something coming to life. This is a culmination point. So this is like an ending, a wrapping up, and then you're moving into something brand new. Opposing Mercury, I find this might be annoying, like annoyances, right? Like, again, technology mishaps, vehicle breakdowns. I don't know. I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but this is like loaning your kids the car or loaning your kids your bike or something, and it might come back with a little ding in it or something like that. I'm not saying something catastrophic is going to happen, but I'm kind of picking up that kind of energy with Mercury retrograde, and then on top of it, Mercury squaring off to Uranus. So this might also have a flavor of money, mixing money with romantic affairs or lovers or partnerships, or mixing money with your kids, spending too much money on your kids, spending too much money or loaning too much money to friends, groups, people that you hang out with. So just be mindful of the purse strings as well, Libra, this month, especially around that full moon. But all in all, again, if you have anything around 27 degrees, this would be a blessing coming in as well. But I feel like there might be a shock factor around this full moon because of that Uranian energy. And I can't ignore that. It might even spill out to work. For you, Libra, it might have something to do with the workplace. Also, Libra, this could be a surprise pregnancy. Whether this is you or you getting a partner pregnant, somebody pregnant, like a fling, a one-night stand pregnant. So again, the energy is there. So I'm just going to throw it out there. So take those extra precautions, Libra, if you're single and you're, having a good time. just putting it out there. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk about Mars moving through your house of the gods here. So Mars lighting up your 9th house of religion, spirituality, education, long distance traveling, really anything to do with education. So this could be you going back to school, thinking about going back to school, or you becoming a teacher, mentor, coach as well. And this is a new beginning also happening in this house with Mars and Jupiter coming together as well. But wherever Mars goes, and again, this is your house of, for some reason, they keep saying marriage, marriage, marriage for you, Libra. I know this can't be for everyone, but I keep hearing this for you. This is also the house of marriage. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Second marriages to be exact. But yeah, Mars rules your partnership sector. So again, if you're single, you might meet somebody abroad, or you might meet somebody that's just totally different from you, different culture, different background. You might meet them while traveling. Again, if you're open to meeting someone new. If not, this is just the energy of, traveling with your partner, bringing the spark back with your partner. Again, maybe starting a family. Thinking about starting a family, taking those next steps with your partner. Again, marriage. I keep hearing marriage for you, Libra, in particular. So put yourself out there. If you are looking to meet someone, put yourself out there. That's all I'm going to say, because they keep nattering at me about that with you. So, and yes, new beginnings in this 9th house. How was that Mars-Uranus conjunction in your 8th house, Libra? How did that manifest for you? Now we have Mars coming together with Jupiter, literally a month later. I like this energy better because Jupiter is all about luck and expansion and blessings coming in, but Jupiter does expand anything it touches for good or for bad. So I know people kind of forget about that sometimes. So this is also the energy of overindulgence, going too far, biting off more than we can chew, over-promising. So also be mindful of that. This is also a very distracting energy. God, especially with Mars in here, it's like taking on 100 projects, but not following through on them or not wrapping them up properly before Mars moves into Cancer. That it might kind of hit a dead end and it's just going to flop because Mars is going to go into Cancer and Mars is really going to slow down. So this is the beginning of September. So just keep that in mind, Libra. But all in all, this is nice. It's making a harmonious aspect to your Libra placement. So if you have anything around 16 degrees of Libra, incredible new beginnings coming in. Like you're going to have the motivation, the passion, the drive to go after whatever it is that you want, Libra. Also, for those of you looking for like a new vehicle, new purchase of a vehicle, probably not a bad time. I can see you actually buying like a foreign vehicle. So for example, if you're like, I know this is really specific, but they're showing me this. So for those of you that are like North American brands, like, you know, GM, Ford, Dodge, maybe you like go buy a Volkswagen or you go buy a Kia, or I don't know, you might buy something different than what you are traditionally used to when it comes to technology, when it comes to transportation, or how you get around might change. So again, planes, trains, automobiles, bikes, scooters, however it is that you get around, that might be also changing, but I'm seeing it as a positive thing for you, Libra. So yeah, sorry, that was specific, but again, that came in for you in particular. This energy can also help you let something go in your life that is not working because of the South Node is still in your sign, Libra, as well. Okay, Venus in your 12th house. This is amazing. I think I touched on this in the beginning about pampering yourself, taking a step back, taking a break if you can. I can appreciate not everybody can do this, but with the sun moving in the 12th house, it's like the sun is setting and the sun is getting ready to birth something new because your birthday season, right? You're getting ready for your solar year ahead. Whether you're watching for your sun sign or your ascendant, this is like birthing something new. This is like a brand new you being born, and this happens every single year when the sun comes back around and hits your ascendant, or especially your sun in Libra. So Venus in here, pamper yourself, do that mani-pedi, treat yourself to that $8 latte, go get a massage, take a time out, go rent a cabin in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, just chill if you can, Libra. Spend time with family. Surround yourself with people that you love. This is your planet. This is your ruler. So do whatever brings you joy and pleasure and happiness. You do that over the next 3 weeks. And then once Venus pops into your sign, which is technically at the end of August, but I'm not going to talk about it till September, this is incredible. It's like all sights are on you. This is going to be great for your romantic life. This is going to be fresh new relationships coming in if you're single, and if you're partnered with someone or married, this is again bringing the spark back in your relationship, Libra. So I love this for you. Now Mercury retrograde, yeah, we talked kind of a little bit about this, but yeah, it's going to be annoying. Mercury retrograde is always annoying. Technology glitches. Just be mindful of that. Be mindful of tripping around, short distance traveling, long distance traveling. There could be some mishaps. You know, nothing catastrophic. It is what it is. This happens 3-4 times a year, Libra, so I don't want to make a big deal about it, but just be mindful of it, right? Make sure you know who you're talking to before you hit reply all or reply or send those text messages or whatever before you sign on the dotted line. This includes contracts, agreements, negotiations, purchasing things, especially big ticket items. But there's a reassessment happening here, Libra, especially when it comes to your friendship circles, your groups, your affiliations, people that you surround yourself with, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, maybe something to do with your kids, something to do with your romantic partnerships as well. There's some sort of reassessment that is happening here. Also, this could be people, places, things coming back from the past, people you haven't seen in a long time, old friends coming back around, old lovers coming back around, going back to your homeland, you know, visiting. Again, your travel house is lit up. It could be local travel or long distance travel. But again, if you are traveling, take those extra precautions, leave early, double check your itinerary, things like that, Libra. Okay, last but not least, Jupiter square Saturn. Now, this energy is going to be with us for quite some time. It's not an overnight thing. Probably we would have felt this in July, and we're going to continue to feel this all the way until early 2025. Yes, the square perfects this month. We have another perfection in December. So this energy will wax and wane. Think back to December of 2020, Libra. What was happening in your life besides the pandemic? What was personally happening in your life? This happened in Aquarius. If you have anything around 0 degrees of Libra, this would have been harmony, like harmonious energy actually flowing into your planet placement point. I find it interesting that Pluto is there right now, activating this degree point, sort of like reminding us, like, hey, what did you start back in December 2020? Or what happened around that time? You know, now it's maybe time to move into the next step or move into something new. Now, yes, Saturn moved on to a new sign, and yes, Jupiter has too, but this is a 20-year transit, and same with Pluto down in your 5th house as well, 20-year transit. So there's readjustments here. For you, Libra, this could have something to do with your health, your well-being, your work. What does work mean to you? If you own a business, who works for you, who works with you? This could also represent your work colleagues, people that work around you, your work environment. This is also your health, your habits, your day-to-day routines, and your pets or animals as well. So reality checks could be coming in here, Libra. I'm not gonna, I don't know how to fluffy bunny this, okay? But it could be challenging. It could be frustrating. Our boundaries are definitely going to be tested. This is for each and every one of us. For you, especially Libra, this could be boundaries being tested regarding work, regarding your health, maybe regarding you and a practitioner, whatever that practitioner is. Again, if it's a healer, a spiritual healer, or a doctor or physician or nurse practitioner, whatever. But there's boundaries here. There's reality checks coming in. So this isn't doom or gloom because it is Jupiter and Saturn. So it's the two social planets. And again, this isn't going to be constant, but it is going to be a time for readjusting something. And you're one of the signs where technically Jupiter is pouring blessings into your sign from a whole sign perspective. Whereas the 6th house where Saturn is, it's more of an inconjunct. So this could also manifest as being subconscious. You might not really notice it, but it still can be annoying. Like inconjuncts are still there. They just might be not obvious. There might be something bubbling up from the surface, something that needs to be acknowledged, healed, let go. So this could manifest in a variety of different ways, Libra. It's also going to depend on, again, do you have anything around 17 degrees of these signs? You know, it's just going to depend on how your personal chart plays into this as well. But regardless, it's going to be important to ground. It's going to be important to be patient with yourself and others. It's going to be important to be patient with your loved ones. And if delays and restrictions and reality checks come in, just know that they're coming in for a purpose and a reason for us to readjust, to shift, to maybe move into something different. So that's what I love about astrology. That's how I use astrology as well, is just sort of like that heads up type of energy. So all in all, Libra, excuse me, I think it's going to be a good month for each and every one of us because, again, this beautiful new beginning is happening for you up in your 9th house, and it's trining your energy. So focus on that new beginning. And then, yes, the Jupiter-Saturn square will be there rumbling in the background. It's not going to be constant, but there's just something there that you need to readjust from a 6th house perspective and perhaps a 9th house perspective as well. Otherwise, Libra, enjoy the month of August, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Scorpio, welcome to your August forecast, a month ahead. So Scorpio, focus this month is going to continue to be on career, whatever that means for you. And if you're retired, well, then it's going to be focused on retirement or whatever it is that you do to put yourself out there. This could be like a hobby, a passion project, wherever the case may be. But for those of you that are still working, this is definitely focus on career, continued focus on career, I should say. Bosses, or maybe you as a leader, or going after promotions. This could also be maybe even a change of status. Now, when I say status is, something to do with your relationships, perhaps, going from single to common law to married to vice versa. So, divorce to single. Now, that's not for all of you, but I'm just saying for those of you that resonate with that, that could definitely be happening this month because you do have a new moon also up here as well, which we'll talk about, which could be manifestation of new beginnings in this area of life. So could also be focused on you as a parent or your parents if they are still with us, or your children as well, Scorpio. So, but once the sun moves into your 11th house, then focus will shift to your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals and commitments. This is also a house of luck, and you do have Venus moving through here, which is incredible. But the 11th house is also about older siblings, if that applies to you. Internet, social media, putting yourself out there, looking at the long term and planning for the long term, whatever that means for you, Scorpio. So that's going to be my guess, at least one of your focuses for the month of August. Now, I want to go back to that new moon in Leo because you could be starting a new job, Scorpio. If you've been actively applying or interviewing, there could be a new beginning coming down the pipe in your 10th house. But again, if that doesn't resonate, if a new job or a new career move or a new promotion doesn't resonate, and you want to go after that, well, then plant those seeds of intention around this new moon, which is August the 4th, 12 degrees. And this new moon is also challenging your Scorpio planets, placements, points to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, go after that promotion, go after that raise. I mean, what do you got to lose, Scorpio? Now, if that doesn't resonate, again, this could be something to do with retirement or planning for retirement. Your long-term commitments and goals. Or this could be about a relationship. Marriage could be a possibility as well. Or separation. But again, that has to resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate, then that's not your message. But it is, again, a new beginning happening in your status, your house of status. What are you known for, Scorpio? So say you're a lawyer and suddenly you're going to be a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home parent. It could be just a shuffle like that, a change in status, like what you're known for doing out in the world. Or this could be a new beginning with a parent, mom, dad, authority figures. This could be maybe shuffling of bosses at the top of the food chain. If you own a business, Scorpio, this could be just changes that you want to make in your business or your services. Again, this is putting yourself out there. This is a very public house, Scorpio. So, and it's making nice aspects to Jupiter and Mars in your financial sector. So that's why I'm saying also, like, go after what it is that you want. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, Scorpio, because I feel like you have the energy of, what do you have to lose? What are they going to say? No? Okay, fine. At least you know. But that doesn't mean you give up, right? again, apply this to your life. It just depends on what's going on in your life right now. But there's a lot of action at the top of your sky there, Scorpio. So take advantage of that while that's here. Also with Mercury retrograde, again, there's some sort of reassessment here in your career sector. Could bleed into your home life, could bleed into you as a parent, or could be about you as a parent. Or I also just heard something about animals, because, you know, not all of us have children, but this could be like about a pet or animals that you have around you at this time. There's some sort of something that you have to redo, relook at, revise. Again, if you own a business, revise those services, freshen up those services. Look at your financial structure. Can you raise your prices? You know, with Jupiter and Mars in your 8th house, I'd say, yeah, go for it. Raise those prices. You're worth more, Scorpio. Put yourself out there. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be really successful. If it doesn't come in this month, it'll come in later on down the line, especially when you have a full moon up in this 10th house of career 6 months from now. Now, speaking of the full moon, you do have a full moon at the bottom of your sky. So your 4th house, 10th house is definitely lit up. So I know I'm going to repeat myself here. So again, spotlight is on you as a parent, your parents in general, bosses, authority figures, you as a business owner, home, place of living, place of origin. Where did you come from? Ancestry, roots, extended family members. Again, mom, dad, grandparents. So that is definitely in the spotlight this month for you, Scorpio. And yes, the Leo and Aquarius energies are squaring your energy, but they're more so showing me this is like helping you make changes in your life that's good for you. Like this is going to give you the motivation, the passion, the drive to make those changes in your life. And we'll talk about it, but your ruler is coming together with Jupiter, which is a huge blessing coming in with regards to your finances. So this is a culmination point. Full moon in your 4th house, culmination point. So moving, if you're looking to move, buying, selling, looking to upgrade your home life, whatever the case may be, that could be a possibility this month as well, or getting you that much closer to finding the home, the place of living that you want to move into or lean into. There could be some surprises though coming out of your relationship sector. This full moon does square up to Uranus in your relationship house, and it does oppose Mercury retrograde in your 10th house. So double check the details. If you are signing on the dotted line, whether this is marriage, divorce, new job, new business partner, whatever the case may be, Scorpio, just double, triple check all the details. That's all I would caution you, because something might come out of left field and surprise you, or it might be a person coming out of left field and surprising you, like a love relationship, business partnership, a friend, whatever the case may be. Even maybe somebody at home surprises you, like, surprise, I'm pregnant, or I don't know. Like it might not be your partner, but it could be a child or something like that. So anyway, nothing doom and gloom. It's just there's a surprise element with this full moon as well, and it is squaring up to your energy, Scorpio. So this really could manifest as anything, because your big axes are lit up. So 1st house, 7th house, 10th house, 4th house. Those are really important angles in our charts, and when there's activations there, usually it's pretty important. It's pretty critical, and it usually, all this energy might be expressed out in your sign, because it's like a big T square, I call it, or it's called, I should say, not what I call it, but it's a big T square, and sometimes it expresses itself in the opposite sign, which is you, Scorpio. So in some way, shape, or form, these lunations this month are gonna, I feel like, impact you personally. I can't say that for all the other signs, but you definitely, there's gonna be some personal circumstances maybe shuffling or changing this month for you. Not a bad thing, by the way. It's just, it is what it is, right? Like the energy will shift next month, and the energy next month will be more flowing in your favor. So this is just a month of change and adjustments. Okay, let's talk about your ruler. Your ruler is cruising through Gemini. you know, conjuncting, coming together with Jupiter. I love this for you, Scorpio, because again, this should line your pockets. This transit in general should benefit you greatly, or you should benefit through partnership, whether that's in love, whether that's in business or family or friend. There should be money or blessings coming your way, or you'll benefit from somebody else, for example. So, or again, I can see this as possibly being new work for you as well. Yeah, work is definitely highlighted here, or retirement, depending on your situation or circumstance. This is also about taxes, debts, loans. Be mindful of not taking on too much debt, Scorpio. I will throw that out there because this is also the energy of excess. There's some excess signatures this month coming in. So do be mindful of that. If you can afford it, great. But if you can't, just, again, notice what you're noticing. Notice the price tags. Notice what you're spending money on, things like that, Scorpio. But all in all, this is a new beginning. So your partner's finances could increase. You could take on more property. Mortgages could be coming through. Like I said, debt could increase at this time or over the next 2 years in a good way. Like I think, this is just my opinion, but I think property debt is not a bad debt, like a mortgage, or if you buy a second home or a second property. To me, I look at that as an investment. So Jupiter in your 8th house could increase your investments by also taking on debt, if that makes sense. But this could be an increase, you know, lining your pockets, lining your partner's pockets, you benefiting from certain relationships. But with Mars in here, Scorpio, I'm going to throw it out there. This could also be a severing or a separation of assets. Only if this resonates, okay? Only if this resonates. If you're in a happy relationship, this message is not for you. But with Mars cruising through the 8th house, if you are going through a divorce or anything like that, Mars will help sort of speed that process up and sever. Cut those ties, get the paperwork going, sign on the dotted line, and you go your separate ways type of energy. But yeah, I do feel like you're going to benefit from this new beginning, Scorpio. And this is a 2-year transit, a 2-year cycle. So very nice energy. Very, very, very nice energy coming in for you, Scorpio. Okay, Venus and Virgo. If you are single, you might find love in friendship circles, or a friend of a friend might hook you up with someone. So I'm just going to put that out there. But wherever Venus goes, she smooths things over. So if you've been kind of like fighting with your peers, your friends, groups, people that you hang out with, Venus in here is just going to smooth things over and help nurture those relationships. And also Venus is going to be making nice opportunity aspects to your Scorpio planets, placements, points, whatever you're watching for right now. So Venus in here for you, I love. It's making some sextile energy. Again, wherever Venus goes, she brings in blessings, love, and money. So I do love this for you, Scorpio. And again, blessings coming in from, again, other people, friends. You have double signatures here of benefits coming in from other people, people that you are personally connected to, which is kind of cool as well. You're one of, I think you're one of the only signs this month that has that beneficial energy coming in from the dual signatures here. So that's really cool, actually. Benefits coming in from older siblings. Benefits coming in from, this is also a signature of third marriages. So I will throw that out there as well, Scorpio. Let's see here. This is also the house of social media, internet. Again, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, blessings coming in when it comes to, also investments, I think are going to be good for you this month, Scorpio. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm getting the feeling of investments like property, as we talked about. But just investments in general, I feel like should be good, or they should do well this month. I'm also thinking as well. Okay, last but not least, yes, Jupiter squaring off to Saturn. Now, think back to December 2020, Scorpio. What was happening in your life besides the pandemic, what was personally happening in your life. This conjunction happened down in your 4th house of home, family, foundation, ancestry, kids, people that you lived with, place of living, parents, you as a parent. That's where this conjunction happened. Now, this is the first square that Saturn and Jupiter are going through, and this energy is going to be with us for a while. So just a heads up, this energy is going to be with us well into 2025, but nothing to worry about because eventually the energy will pass. But this is a readjustment. This could be an ending, because this might make, well, I'm thinking this energy will make us move. Squares make us move, not literally. I mean, for you, maybe literally, because this energy is in your 4th house. Pluto is down there as well, and you have a full moon down there as well. So, but squares make us like take action on something, some area of life. And for you, Scorpio, it's activating this 5th house of hobbies, creative projects, creative endeavors, romance, dating, self-expression, starting a family, having a family, bringing the love and the joy back in your life. And then it's squaring up to Jupiter there in your financial sector. So a couple things here, a couple ways this could manifest. Again, apply this to your situation. This is going to be reality checks when it comes to money, when it comes to resources and finances, when it comes to your partner's resources and finances. Maybe you're spending too much money. Again, looking at your debt, taxes, debts, loans, boundaries. Like, are you spending too much money on your kids? Are you spending too much money with your hobbies and creative projects? This is likely going to be a reality check in some way, shape, or form for you, Scorpio. It just depends on how this manifests in your life. This might be like tightening up the purse strings and not giving your kids a ton of money, for example, or getting a grip on maybe what your partner is spending. Maybe your partner's wealth or something along those lines have increased, like they've got more money, but it's like, what are they doing with it? Are they blowing it all? And you're kind of like, well, yikes, like, what are you doing with all that money? Especially if you're in a partnership, right? Business or love. Yeah, this is just some sort of reality check that could be coming in from Saturn. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Scorpio. It is what it is. Boundaries are going to be tested. It's okay to say no. I think we're going to be challenged to say no. I think we're going to be challenged to, tighten the belt, so to speak, like rein something in. And again, it might not be financial, but it is hitting your financial house. So for you, it might have that flavor of finances, might have the flavor of technology or transportation, or again, something to do with your kids or your neighbors or your community or your sibling or your loved ones. Yeah, this really could manifest, I can see, in multiple areas of life for you, Scorpio. But regardless, this is meant to be. This is just building up our resiliency, especially for you in that 5th house where Saturn is sitting. So again, Scorpio, not a bad energy, not a bad month, but just kind of a heads up. Really great month to make sure you're grounded, make sure you give yourself permission to slow down, especially when it comes to financial decisions, big financial decisions as well, like real estate, property investments, or paying for your kids' education. Like, go slow. Definitely give yourself permission to slow down, review the paperwork, understand what you're getting yourself into, or understand the bigger picture. And I think you'll do fine. I think you'll do fine, Scorpio. I mean, we all will be fine. It's just a matter of where is this happening in your life and how is this activating anything else in your chart. That's going to just bring in multiple different types of layers to this as well. All right, Scorpio, enjoy the month of August, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Sagittarius, welcome to August. Let's talk about where I think some of your focus will be this month. So it's definitely going to continue to be on travel, especially long distance traveling, which looks fantastic this month, by the way, but we'll talk about that because you do have a new moon up there. but you have annoying, we all have annoying Mercury retrograde right now, and this is hitting your 9th house of long distance travel. So I'll come back to that. But your focus, religion, spirituality, learning, going back to school, education, teaching, training, coaching, mentoring. This is the house of the gods, Sag. So really this could be downloads, publishing, writing as well could be involved in here. This is also the house of second marriage as well, Sag. So I'll throw that out there as well. Now, once the sun, though, moves into Virgo, it's going to be, okay, no more playtime, no more traveling, time to get back to routines. Again, time to go back to school if you got kids, or maybe it's, you know, you need to go back to school, or it's time for you to go back to school or do some upgrading. But focus will go back to work and career and authority figures and you as a parent, mom, dad, authority figures in your life. But generally work and career and purpose and what you want to move into. So if you are retired though, this could just be lighting up, okay, what are your next steps? Maybe you're watching the grandkids, maybe you're helping out with a certain membership or association or a humanitarian effort, or maybe you know, this is about diving into hobbies, just finding new joys and pleasures, like how you want to be of service, basically, Sagittarius. So that's going to be some of your focus, I think, this month. Now, yes, let's get into the new moon and full moon. New moon up in your 9th house that I rattled off there. So great time for travel, great time for upgrading, educational pursuits, spirituality, religion, belief systems. What else? Anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, dealing with people all over the world. Sag, okay? But here's the but. Mercury retrograde is hitting specifically this house as well. So I'm just going to throw it out there. The normal Mercury retrograde rules apply. Get to the airport on time, triple check your itinerary, you know, watch out for construction on the roads, delays on the roads. I can definitely see some frustration here coming in, Sag, for you in particular, because this is hitting your 9th house of long distance travel. So just be mindful, just throwing it out there. Just make sure you allow yourself extra time. Don't rush, you know, watch out for road rage, things like that, Sag. So that's sort of like a heads up energy, but really, really nice energy around this new moon regardless. You have Jupiter, your ruler, and Mars making a nice aspect to this new moon. So I love this for you. This is pouring in blessings and opportunity and expansion into this new moon. So plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest over the next 6 months. But like I said, around this new moon, something new might manifest. But if not, plant those seeds of intention around or after August the 4th. And again, your ruler is involved here, bringing in blessings from your relationship sector. So this is relationships in love, business, friendship, marriage. What else could this be? Actually, this could also be a new beginning for your kids as well. Maybe your kids are off to school. Maybe your kids are off globally, trotting around, traveling, going to school abroad, things like that. I could definitely see how your children, this could also be a new beginning for them, or they're involved with this energy as well. And this is a new, if this does have something to do with your kids, this is a new 2-year cycle that they're starting. And I'm having a hunch this has something to do with educational pursuits or early learning. Maybe they're just starting school. If you have young ones at home, this could be going to kindergarten, you know, or going into elementary school or going to middle school or high school. Like there's some sort of stage happening. But for those of you that have older children, again, school, starting a new job, moving abroad, traveling around abroad. Maybe you had a child that just quit a job. You know, your kids are like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going to travel the world. I know so many people that have been doing that for years now, or over the last, I just feel like that's common now, where people, and good for them in their 20s, like go for it. Experience the world, people, before you like put down roots or anything like that. But it depends on, if that's your jam or not. But Sag, I know I'm talking to the right person when I'm talking to the epitome of the global traveler, and that is you, my friends. So anyway, regardless, this new moon should be incredible for you, Sag, because it's also pouring in blessings into your sign, like whatever you're watching for right now. Especially if you have anything around 12 degrees of Sag, this is a personal new beginning for you as well, because whatever you're watching for, if it's your ascendant, your moon, your sun, you have to add in that layer as well. So for example, if it's your sun, this could be something to do with finding a job or getting a job that allows you for more travel, for maybe a teaching gig, or an opportunity to step into a mentor role or coach role or something along those lines, like expanding your horizons, or something to do with religion and spirituality as well. Okay, full moon. Full moon at the bottom of your sky. Again, your travel access is highlighted this month, Sag. So if you can, definitely travel this month, whether it's short distance or long distance. But again, keep in mind Mercury retrograde. So just keep that at the back of the head, back of the mind. Let's see here. This is an ending, a culmination point. If your IC floats in Aquarius around 27 degrees, this could quite literally be something to do with home, place of living, moving, renovating, community. Maybe you get new neighbors. This could be an ending or a culmination point in a sibling's life, or a cousin or a relative, or like I said, neighbors or neighborhood. There could be some changes when it comes to that. Let's see here. This could also be like transportation, planes, trains, automobiles. If you work in the hospitality industry, I think it's going to be busy, by the way. I think you're going to have a very busy month ahead of you. If you work with machinery like transportation or hospitality or anything to do with traveling, I think you're definitely going to have a busy but prosperous month. Absolutely. Let's see here. So the only caveat again with this full moon is it's opposing Mercury retrograde. So we already talked about that, but again, it's just this full moon's amping up that retrograde type of energy. So again, we talked about revisions, redoing things, or I think we talked about that. Maybe we didn't talk about that. But anyway, this could be just highlighting something that you missed, or again, a travel mishap, or missing a bus, or missing a train, or missing a plane, or just double checking your itinerary, double checking where you're going, basically, especially if you are traveling long distance. There could be some mishaps, some miscommunication that happens around this time. Again, nothing bad, it is what it is. Uranus is in the mix, so Uranus brings that element of surprise also around this full moon, Sag. So also keep that in mind. This might also manifest in the workplace. Maybe people suddenly leaving, or people suddenly coming in, or just changes in the work environment. If you own a business, Sag, this might be somebody resigning, so you have to post a job or something like that. This might also be connected to a pet, something that you have to address with a pet, a day-to-day habit and routine that has to change or shift or pivot or comes to light. Something to do with your health, Sag. Nothing like doom or gloom, but something might come out of left field with regards to your health or testing. For you, I'm getting something to do with tests. Maybe you got to redo a test or something to do with your health or diet, nutrition, something like that. But anyway, just be mindful around this full moon. It just could be wonky. The energy is weird. I personally am kind of like, okay, what is this going to be? Uranus involved, it's like expect the unexpected. Uranus is the wild card, so it's like, well, let's see what happens. But nothing, I don't think it's going to be anything negative, Sag. It is what it is. I can see it more being annoying. I can see the full moon being more like kind of like annoying, or somebody surprising or shocking you, or shocking news coming in as well. Okay, let's see. Venus in Virgo. So I love this for you, Sag. This is blessings, money coming in through the career sector. If you're single, you might actually meet somebody at work too. Yeah, there's a possibility there. You might meet somebody. If you have any struggles with a parent or a leader or anything like that, actually this is a good time to ask for a raise, by the way, because Venus moving through the top of your sky, and also the sun will join in this 10th house as well. This is really nice energy for like raises, promotions, going after what it is that you want, Sag. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. Side hustles, anything like that, just work in general, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis. This is, you know, blessings coming in. Wherever Venus goes, she brings in love, blessings, money. We all love that. And she kind of smooths things over. So if work's been rough, she should help out in that department over the next 3 weeks, Sag, as well. Okay, we talked about Mercury retrograde. If you do start a new job this month, Sag, double, triple check what you're signing on the dotted line for. Just double check that offer letter, double check that contract. Just make sure you understand all the details, because Mercury retrograde does touch your 10th house. So just make sure you know what you're signing for. Let's see here. Also, if I didn't mention, you as a parent, Venus in the 10th house. Yeah, this also represents you as a parent. Also good relationships with your parents, but also you as a parent. It'll be really nice energy for you as well. Okay, what else? Yeah, Mars conjunct Jupiter here. Mars conjunct your ruler. So this is a new beginning in your partnership sector. Nice energy. It is opposing your sign. So this could manifest technically in any area of life. Whenever we have something in the 1st house, 7th house, 4th, and 10th, this could manifest in all areas of life. So we talked about a new job possibility, changes in career, positive changes in the career, but I can also see maybe a career coming in, pushing you outside of your comfort zone. New love coming in, marriage. Could also be divorce though. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not saying everyone's going to get divorced. Mars moving through the 7th house can also cause conflict in relationships. Mars, wherever Mars goes, that's where our action, motivation, passions, and drives moves to. So you will be more action oriented towards partnership in business, love, friends, or family. Mars also severs wherever he goes. So that's what I mean. You could sever a contract, sever an agreement, things like that. Jupiter in the 7th house, though, could bring in marriage, though. And again, this is your ruler, but your ruler is opposing you. So this could manifest in different ways, like a new job, a new home, expanding on the home, renovations of the home, bringing someone new into the home, like a new baby, or expanding the family, getting a new furry pet or animals or anything like that. So it really could manifest in all areas of life, Sag. But regardless, this is a new beginning. This is a new 2-year beginning starting for you in your opposite sign of partnership. All in all, I think this is going to be nice energy for all of us. And last but not least, Jupiter square Saturn this month. So think back to December of 2020. We had Jupiter and Saturn coming together 0 degrees of Aquarius. That's exactly where Pluto is right now. So Pluto is reminding you of something that was started back in December of 2020, regardless of the pandemic, okay? I want to make this personal, not collective. So yes, on a collective level, we started something new. This is a big new, 200-year era in the air signs. But personally, what happened around December 2020? What did you start? What was happening? So this is kind of a readjustment time, or this is a time to change something or wrap something up and move into something new. Now, again, this is happening in very important angles of your chart, Sag. So again, I'm going to repeat myself here. Home, family, foundation, place of living, mom, dad, authority figures, you as a parent, all walks of life relationships, love, business, family, friends, career, you personally, professionally, how you are seen in the world, how you're known in the world, your status, your reputation. So there's going to be some reality checks here coming from your 4th house of home, family, foundation. Jupiter is trying to expand in your 7th house, and Saturn's like, no, like that's not going to happen right now anyway. It's not going to happen right now. There's something Saturn's trying to teach you and help you build resiliency down in your 4th house of home, family, foundation. This could also be connected to work. As I mentioned, this could be connected to finances because Saturn rules your 2nd house of money, income, financial possessions, or sorry, material possessions. But yeah, financial possessions, sure. Finances, material possessions. There's boundaries here that are going to be tested. It's okay to say no, Sag. It's okay because there's a lot of energy this month of biting off more than we can chew, taking on too much, being the person bearing all the weight. Like, this might be a good month to practice saying, no, I'm not doing that. And again, this could be revolving around a family member, a lover, a child, something to do with your career, work-life balance. So again, Sag, this is not quick energy. This is going to be with us well into 2025. The energy is going to wax and wane though. We're in this energy now, and it'll lighten up a little bit, but it's going to come back around in December when Jupiter is retrograde. So anyway, Sag, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of the possibilities with this square. And yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, it's going to be restrictive, but there's a reason for it. Like, Saturn's trying to help you build on a firm foundation, especially moving through the 4th house. Again, this could be something to do with a parent too. Parent could piss you off, be very restrictive, frustrating, stubborn, you know, or a child or a partner, or this could be you, Sag. Like, I don't know, maybe this could be you as well. Maybe you have a partner that wants to do this and do that, and I don't know, renovate and spend $1 billion on a house or build a house, and then you're kind of like, no, like that's not going to happen. So this could go so many different ways, Sag, but I hope it gives you the idea that yes, there's going to be frustrations. Yes, there's going to be restrictions this month, but I also want people to focus on this new beginning that's happening in Gemini as well, because there's blessings coming in. There is good energy coming in this month, but this square will be annoying for the next 6+ months. But again, it's helping us to rein something in. There's a reason for this. And again, be mindful of biting off more than you can take on this month, basically, and manage and deal with as well. All right, Sag, I wish you a wonderful month ahead, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey, Capricorn, welcome to August. Let's see where I think your focus is going to be this month. So it's going to definitely continue to be on your financial situation, material possessions, resources, joint assets, taxes, debts, loans, mortgages, property, things like that, Capricorn. Also, your partner's finances could be in the spotlight this month as well, meaning like business partners, love relationships, things like that, Capricorn. Also, healing. I just heard that for you as well. Something to do with healing, transformation, rebirth, regeneration, things like that. Now, once the sun moves into Virgo, this is going to light up your travel house, or one of your travel houses, I should say. So this is about long distance trips and traveling. This could be traveling for business as well. This could be dealing with foreign lands, foreign cultures. I just heard foreign properties. So there we go. I'll throw that out there too. This is about education, so upgrading. Maybe you're going back to school, or you know somebody, you're connected with someone going back to school, teaching, coaching, mentoring, you becoming the student or you becoming the elder, the mentor, the coach, the educator, things like that. This is also the house of the gods. So this is religion and spirituality and philosophy, ethics, belief systems, things like that. This is also the house of second marriages, Capricorn, as well, being lit up at this time. So that's where I think some of your focus will be for the month of August. And the new moon and full moon this month definitely lighting up your finances. So that's definitely going to be at the top of mind. Well, it's always the top of mind, I feel like, for Capricorns. Every time I talk to a Capricorn, it's always about finances, and that's okay. I'm a Capricorn rising. I get it. And Capricorn moon. I get it. I totally get it. That's always at the top of my mind too. So that will also be a big focus this month. There's a new beginning here, Capricorn, actually. There's a new beginning in your 8th house. And I do like this for you because this could be you benefiting from a new offer, a new agreement, a new investment opportunity, or your partner. You could actually benefit through your partner at this time, whether it's in business or in love or an inheritance or something along those lines. For you, Capricorn, I keep hearing something about like property investments as well. So this is a new beginning. I love this for you. It could manifest as something brand new around August the 4th or that week of August the 4th, or plant those seeds of intention. Like, what do you want to manifest in the next 6 months? Do you want to pay off debts, pay off loans, earn more money, reach a wider audience, whatever the case may be, Capricorn? Plant those seeds of intention. This is a financial moon for you, financial new moon for you. So definitely get clear with the universe on what you want to bring in, especially if you own a business. But even if you don't, go after a promotion. Did you start a new job, Capricorn? I have a feeling some Capricorns may have, maybe you already received an offer, whether it was last month or it might be this month. So it's like, how can you capitalize on that? How can you build on that? How can you line your pockets on that, Capricorn? Now, full moon in Aquarius, again, in a financial house, in a work house. This is a culmination point, an ending. So maybe ending one job, moving into a new job, or wrapping up with one client. Now it's like, okay, taking on a new client. One thing about this full moon, though, and this could also be about material possessions, finances, resources, how you earn a living, retirement, things like that, Capricorn. Planning for the future, your skills, your talents, your abilities. Again, maybe thinking about going back to school. Maybe some of you are, maybe some of you are not, and that's okay. Maybe it's just kind of percolating, like, okay, how can I upgrade my skill set? Things like that. But this full moon is kind of wonky, I'm going to be honest. It has a surprise element coming out of your 5th house because it's making a square to Uranus, and it's also opposing Mercury. So, and Mercury retrograde to boot. So Capricorn, if you're signing on the dotted line, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriage, divorce, buying, selling, anything big, okay, big ticket items, expensive items, taking on a new client, anything like that, starting a new job, double, triple check everything. Because there's something wonky about this full moon, which I'm not picking up anything negative or bad. It's just something might come out of left field and you're like, oh, well, what the hell was that? What do I do with this now? Or how do I fix this? How do I correct this, right? Because it's Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde, typical rules apply, you know, delays in travel, delays in transportation, planes, trains, automobile delays, breakdowns, mechanical breakdowns. If that check engine light comes on, Capricorn, like, get it fixed. Get it fixed. That quite literally just happened to me, and I've been putting this off for months, and I'm like, ooh, I better get this fixed before I like die on the highway here. My vehicle dies on the highway. So it's just mundane day-to-day things like that I'm talking about. But this is also signing on the dotted line, like agreements, text messages, writing, things like that. messages, sending messages out. Maybe don't hit that reply all, Capricorn. Be mindful of that as well. So yeah, there's something just off about this full moon, but there's also a surprise element, like I said, coming out of your 5th house of children. Maybe your kids surprise you, like, surprise, I'm pregnant. You're now a grandparent or something along those lines, Cap. So it could be a surprise with your kids, surprise about your grandkids, surprise about a romantic partner. Maybe something comes to light about somebody that you're dating. Whatever this is, it's just, there's the element of surprise here, and then there's the element of annoying crap happening with that opposition to Mercury, and it could be tied to your finances, Capricorn. So just be mindful, as I mentioned, about big ticket items, buying, selling, things like that. Know who you're getting into bed with, either literally or, you know, again, this could be a business partner, right? Just understand who you're getting involved with, basically. Okay, Mars in Gemini. I love this, Capricorn. This, to me, this screams new work, new beginnings, blessings coming in. This is a brand new 2-year cycle happening in the 6th house. It could be about health and well-being as well. Could be a new cycle. Maybe you're getting pets, a new furry friend. This could be something new on the home front, expansion on the home front, or renovating, again, buying, selling. I already mentioned that, something to do with property. New work, new clients, new routines, new habits, learning something new. This, to me, Capricorn, this is a good thing. I'm looking forward to this. I think this is a good thing. How did that Mars and Uranus conjunction play out for you last month? I'm kind of curious how that played out for everyone. So if you're comfortable, leave a comment below how that manifested for you in July. But again, that was a new 2-year cycle too. So maybe, you know, this is a wrapping up something in your Taurus house. So maybe something didn't manifest yet. But anyway, I love this. I love this new beginning happening in this 6th house, Capricorn. So I think this is very beneficial for all of us. I love this new energy coming in. This is going to give us the motivation, the passion, the drive to go after what it is that we want. And let's see here. Also, Capricorn, there might be changes in your work environment too. I think we talked about that a little bit, but this could be changes in your business, like people leaving, then you're hiring new people, things like that. There could be some adjustments in the work environment, like the actual workplace or your place of work or business, or if you work from home, there might be some adjustments that need to take place as well. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Let's see. Okay, last but not least, yeah, let's cover off the Jupiter square Saturn. I'm just realizing, I think I missed Venus and Virgo, didn't I? Anyway, I'll come back to that. Okay, Jupiter square Saturn for you, Capricorn. So think back to December 2020. What was happening in your life around that time? Besides the pandemic, you guys, okay? I'm talking personally. What transpired or happened around December 2020? Any new beginnings, any new starts, even a thought, right? This was 0 degrees of Aquarius. So this is so close to your sign. It's like right there on the other side of the paper thin wall there. So Pluto is there activating this 0 degree point. So I'm not going to fluffy bunny this, Capricorn. This is a square. This could be, well, I know this is going to be about boundaries. This is about boundaries, restrictions, pulling in the purse strings, reality checks, frustration, could be emotional as well with Saturn being in Pisces. So Capricorn, this is your ruler though. Like if anyone can handle this transit, it's you in Aquarius, because you are ruled by Saturn along with Aquarian folks. So, you know, you're used to this. You're used to hard work. You're used to delays. You're used to restrictions. But I'm not trying to say this is going to be easy for all of us, because there's still some sort of, like, you want to expand that sixth house. Jupiter's in the sixth house. You want to expand on something. You want to move into something new. You want to hit the ground running. But then Saturn's coming along saying, no, here's your reality check. Here's your boundary test. You know, there might be some tests coming in through siblings, cousins, neighbors, neighborhood, place of living, communication. There might be some frustration, delays, restrictions, reality checks coming out of that third house up to your sixth house, where Jupiter is trying to expand your client base, trying to expand your business, trying to help you get into new healthy habits and routines. But there's going to be some sort of reality check here. Some sort of, like, I feel like, Capricorn, I'm going to put it out there. I just heard this. This might be an actual, like, someone might confront you. Like, whether this is the workplace or work or restriction, or maybe you're like cruising along and in the workplace or whatever you do on a day-to-day basis, and then suddenly, like, someone throws up a wall and they're like, sorry, you can't do that anymore. We're going to move on to this now. And you're like, what the hell? I've been working on this for months. So I can kind of see that kind of energy. Actually, do be careful driving around as well. With Saturn being in the third house, just be mindful how you get around, of just bumps, bruises, accidents, things like that. Because Mars will also square up to Saturn in your third house of transportation, of travel, of moving about. So I'm just going to put it out there, Capricorn. And again, nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. This energy is going to hang out for a long time now, like 6+ months. The energy will lighten up after August, but then it's going to ramp back up again closer to December, actually closer to your birthday season, which is even going to make this, I feel like, even more personal for Capricorns and Aquarius, and even Sag for that matter. But there's a reason for this square. There's a reason for the slowdown. There's a reason for the reality check. There's something that they're showing me. There's something we all have to rein in. Like, yes, that's great that we're all going full bore and running full speed, but there's something that we're missing, that we need to reassess and readjust and redo. Okay, now let me go back really quickly. I think I missed Venus moving through your 9th house. So first of all, Venus is making nice aspects to your Capricorn planets, placements, points, whatever you're watching for. If you're a single Capricorn, you can actually find love in international waters. Or if you do meet someone new, they just, different background, different culture. You might meet someone traveling, things like that. It's so weird. I'm going to say this. I just heard you might meet somebody new in an educational setting. They actually specifically said a library, I heard library. So some sort of, but I mean, this could also be a blessing coming in as well. But I mean, I heard library and an educational setting. So I'll just put it out there. But all in all, wherever Venus goes, she brings in blessings, she brings in love, she brings in good luck, money usually follows her as well, Capricorn. And I love this for you because this is making nice aspects to you. So, and this is making nice aspects to your relationship, your Cancer house as well, Capricorn. So I love this, absolutely love this. Travel, yes, heed the retrograde rules, but I mean, long distance travel should be really nice. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a committed relationship, think about maybe traveling somewhere with your partner, long distance preferably. It can also be locally as well, but this is really nice energy to connect with your partner and do a holiday, just the two of you. Yeah, very nice energy coming in with Venus at the top of your sky there. Now, Mercury retrograde, I think we talked a little bit about this, but again, he's going back and forth between your 9th house and your 8th house. So again, reassessing those finances. I feel like we talked a lot about that, so I don't want to repeat myself, but there's extra emphasis here, Capricorn, on something to do with signing on the dotted line, mortgages, debts, loans, taxes, investments, getting into bed with partners, business, love, know who you're dealing with. We talked about that. Just double checking all that stuff. Don't take that kind of stuff lightly, I would recommend. And yes, this is kind of touching on your 9th house too. So there might be some annoyances around traveling, delays, double check your itineraries, things like that. Vehicle breakdowns we talked about. So just be mindful. Yeah, I just heard airline delays. Well, yeah, nowadays that seems to be so common. With Mercury retrograde, it's just going to amp up that frustrating energy, Capricorn. So again, nothing to avoid, nothing to be scared about. We deal with this 3-4 times a year, but just again, be mindful and don't rush in traffic. Please do not rush in traffic. It's not, trust me, it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it at all. Okay. Otherwise, Capricorn, overall, I think it's going to be a nice month. Like I said, focus on that new beginning in your 6th house, whatever that is. And again, should be a good month financially for you as well. And maybe some curveballs, some surprises coming out of that 5th house as well, thanks to Uranus. So enjoy the month of August, Capricorn, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey Aquarius, welcome to August. Let's chat about where I think your focus will continue to be this month. Definitely on love and relationships and romance, whether you're connected or single, it doesn't matter. I feel like that's going to be the focus this month. Also partnerships. If you own a business, run a business, if you're a leader, manager, whatever the case may be, that could also be the focus this month as well. So I love that for you, Aquarius. But then once the sun moves into Virgo, the energy gets a little bit more intense, but not in a bad way. It's just the 8th house is quite heavy. It's transformation, it's change, it's big change, big life themes. Intimacy is in here as well. Taxes, debts, loans, those mundane day-to-day stuff, bills coming in, back to school, back to routines. Virgo season always reminds me of that, even though I've been out of school for like 20 years. Virgo season always reminds me back to routines, back to a healthy routine, back to exercise routines, back to work, kids going back to school, whatever the case may be. So Aquarius, I think that's going to be some of your focus this month. Now, the new moon and full moon this month is definitely lighting up you and also your relationship sector. Now, this is a new beginning happening in your opposite sign. So I do like this for you, Aquarius. This new moon on August the 4th is being well supported by Mars and Jupiter. So Aquarius, are you moving in with somebody? Are you taking your relationship to the next level? Are you getting married? Are you, like I said, are you moving in together? You might meet someone. Like if you are single, Aquarius, this definitely has the energy and the feel of meeting someone. However, with Mercury retrograde, this could be somebody coming back from the past. So I can see it could be somebody new coming in or somebody old coming in, like somebody that you knew in the past. So either way, Aquarius, your romantic sector, your dating sector is lit up and it's making a really nice connection to your 7th house of partnership. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, if you're already in a committed relationship, I would say, do a date night, go on a vacation with them. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You might actually want to spend a lot of money. So I'm just going to throw that out there, whether it's on a new love or old love, whatever. The energy is there to spend a lot of money. There's a lot of extravagance here happening in your 5th house, gambling, entertainment, throwing money around. Your kids could be bleeding your wallet dry as well. So I am seeing that energy as well, Aquarius, but if you have the means to do so, have at her. But if you don't, just be mindful of this energy, and we'll come back to that because there might be some reality checks coming in this month all the way into 2025 about your financial situation. And I'll come back to that. But Aquarius, this is nice energy coming in for your relationships, your partnerships. This could be a business partnership. This could be getting a side hustle off the ground. This could be collaborating with the right people, being in the right place at the right time. This could also be a spark of something new. Mars and Jupiter coming together in your 5th house. This could be literally pregnancy, or birthing something new from a creative standpoint, like a creative project, a creative download, a creative insight. This is the house of hobbies. This is where our passions, our desires, our joy lies technically. So very, very, very nice energy coming in from your 5th house to your 7th house and also into your sign, Aquarius. So I love, 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 love this new moon energy coming in for you. This could also be a new beginning with a child, by the way, too. Whether they're maybe just starting school, going into middle school or high school, or off to college, university, something along those lines. Maybe you have some kids going abroad as well, like moving very, very, very far away from home. But this could also be a new beginning for a child. So I'm just going to put it out there as well. So all in all, Aquarius, this is a new beginning in a relationship. Now, if you're single, I would recommend to get clear with the universe on who you want to attract in from a partnership perspective on or around August the 4th. So this could be, again, in love or in business. So I love this. Absolutely love this energy coming in for you, Aquarius. Now, you do have a full moon in your sign this month. So this is your full moon. This is something you put into motion probably around your birthday cycle, birthday season, around 6-7 months ago. This is a culmination point. This is something coming to fruition. This is your 1st house. So this could be, technically, this might manifest in any area of life, Aquarius. Anything that happens in our 1st house likely bleeds out to all areas of life. So for you, this could be a new identity. You present yourself as somebody new, a new hairstyle, a new style in general. I just heard gender identity, so I'm going to throw that out there as well, like presenting yourself as somebody brand new. Technically, somebody brand new. This could be a new career. This could be something to do with your home life, moving. Again, you, Aquarius, I'm picking up moving in with somebody, or taking the next step with somebody, or it could even be moving in with a roommate or something like that. So, and this full moon is, again, shining a spotlight on your 7th house of partnerships here. Now, this full moon is great, but it's making a square to Uranus down in your 4th house, and it's opposing Mercury retrograde in your opposite sign of Leo. So, Aquarius, this also, to me, signifies possible frustrations, possible delays, possible setbacks. But with Uranus, it's like something is throwing you a curveball out of your home, family, foundation, place of living. Or it could even manifest out in your career, because there's a big T-square happening here. And when that usually happens, the energy pushes out into the opposite sign. And in this case, it's Scorpio. So that is in your 10th house of career, status, reputation, place of living, parents, you as a parent, authority figures, bosses. So like I said, these luminaries, there's a lot of action happening in the key areas of your life. So this really could be a month of more change coming in, more surprises coming in. I mean, Uranus is your modern ruler. So, but I mean, I'm not going to say that this energy is going to be easy. I mean, Uranus is like expect the unexpected. It's like, I don't know, it's the wild card energy. But the clue here is it could be something to do with either you surprising somebody at home, you creating the shock and awe and the curveball, or it could be somebody who you live with, whether this is a love partner, your kids, place of living, again, a parent maybe, but something to do with your home and your living environment. This is where possibly the shock factor is going to come in, Aquarius. So I'm just going to throw it out there. And then Mercury retrograde is just going to add that frustration. I'm not going to lie. Like, we go through this 3-4 times a year. It's nothing new. It's just, you got to do the regular things. Double, triple check everything, especially for you if you're signing on the dotted line, whether this is marriage, again, moving in with somebody, signing a new lease, signing a mortgage, signing on for a new contract, a job, new client, bringing on a new employee, whatever the case is. Double, triple check everything and know who you're dealing with. Make sure you know who you're dealing with, Aquarius, because later on down the road, there might be something that comes out of the closet and you're like, okay, shit, I didn't realize that, or I missed that, or you know, whatever the case may be. It's not a doom and gloom thing. It's just Mercury retrograde is, there's usually something that we just miss, and then we have to, you know, adjust something later on down the road. Okay, let's see here. We talked a little bit about Mars and Jupiter. Yes, so there's a new beginning here happening in your romantic sector, Aquarius. So again, this could be a relationship coming in. If you are single, this could definitely be meeting someone new, or again, the energy of somebody coming back from the past. So this is a brand new 2-year cycle, 2-year beginning. If you do meet someone around this time, Aquarius, I actually think it's going to last. Because this is a 2-year cycle. So I think this person will be in your life for quite some time. Now, if you're in a current relationship, again, as I mentioned, this could be just taking the relationship to the next level. This is a pregnancy signature to Aquarius. So whether you're, you know, this isn't just for the females, this is for the guys too, because I can also see this as being a one night stand type of energy, or multiple one-night stands. And oops, you get one of them pregnant. So I'm just going to throw that out there as just something to be cautionary of. It's not going to obviously apply to everybody, because it depends on what you're watching for, how this is impacting your personal birth chart as well, Aquarius. So, but yeah, there's a new beginning here, new hobbies, new interests, new romance, bringing the spark back in your current relationship. You know, if you can, go somewhere with your partner, travel, do something special for them at this time. I think you'll also want to put a lot of energy into your kids. If you do have a family, really nice time to even travel with the kids before they have to go back to school, or get them involved in hobbies, creative projects, creative endeavors. Get them involved in stuff versus being on the phones all day, you know, in front of the screen all day. Get them doing stuff with their hands, you know, get them outside, or get them building things. You know, I think this is a really nice transit for those of you that have kids as well, because this is technically a new beginning for them too. All in all, really nice energy coming in for you, Aquarius, because it's pouring blessings into your Aquarian placements, especially if you have anything around 16 degrees. This is awesome. This is incredible energy coming in for you. So I love this energy for you. Let's see. Yeah, let's talk about that square here that's happening with Jupiter and Saturn. So I briefly touched on this. So Jupiter square Saturn, this is all about boundaries, reality checks, tests coming in, like Saturn giving you tests for a reason, not just for fun, like everything happens for a reason. This could be emotional because it's happening in Pisces. Saturn is in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces. But yeah, I just heard, you know, Aquarians are really good at being detached. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's one nice thing about you Aquarians, is that you can detach from emotions, which is really good. It also makes you a good leader and business owner as well, because you can kind of remove yourself from that and look at things from a different perspective, like a different lens, versus getting caught up in the drama and the emotions, for example. So, but regardless, again, this could be emotional for people around you as well, right? Could be frustrating. There can be delays, there can be restrictions, and this energy is going to be with us for quite some time, well into 2025. So Yes, the energy peaks in August. This might have already started in July. Maybe you started feeling this in July. The energy will slowly dissipate, but then it's going to ramp back up again in a few months because this square is going to come together again in December. So again, this is a storyline unfolding. And this is quite personal to you, Aquarius, because Saturn and Jupiter came together 0 degrees of Aquarius back in December 2020. That's exactly where Pluto is right now, which I find fascinating because it emphasizes this signature of, okay, what happened back in December 2020? What was going on in your life? This is like the next step, the next story. Maybe you're closing out a chapter or something that happened, and then now you're moving into something new. But, you know, that transition is never easy. I think we all know that. Transition, moving between the worlds is never easy, especially with Pluto in your sign. You know, I think I've mentioned that if you've been watching me for a while. This is a huge transformational shift for you personally, professionally. All your relationships are going to go through a transformation as well. You are too. Like, it could be physically inside and out, but also spiritually inside and out as well. So think back to that time, Aquarius. It might give you some breadcrumbs on what is wrapping up or what is concluding and what you are moving into now. So some possibilities here with Jupiter in your 5th and Saturn in your 2nd. Definitely money restrictions or reality checks, restrictions with work, restrictions with material possessions, buying, selling. Jupiter in the 5th, I can also see this as, you know, again, blowing a lot of money on that new love, that new romantic person that you just got involved with. I can see you blowing a lot of money, and then now the bills start coming in, or the reality check starts coming in, for example. Blowing a lot of money on your hobbies, your creative projects and endeavors. Where is that getting you? Maybe you're pouring a bunch of money into a side hustle. Are you getting that money back? How is that going? What adjustments do you have to do to get that off the ground? Or maybe it's time to rein in the spending and focus on the services that you can provide so you can start lining your pockets, so to speak. This could also have something to do with your kids. Are you spending a bunch of money on your kids, their education, their training, their upgrading? Are you paying for all of this? You know, again, I feel like there's some sort of reality check connected to money for you in particular, Aquarius, because this is coming out of your 2nd house. But Saturn is your ruler. So if anyone that can handle this transit, it's you and Capricorns, because this is technically your ruler. So you're used to hard work. You are used to putting in the work and reaping the rewards at a later time, which is exactly what this transit is all about. It's helping us build that resiliency. And for you, it's in this 2nd house of work, how you earn a living, income, material possessions, your skills, your talents, your abilities. If you are upgrading at this time, if you're spending a lot of money on education, I don't think that is a waste of money. I think for you, Aquarius, you're going, and with Pluto in your 1st house, this is just the start of something big. So I'm going to say continue doing that unless you deep down feel that you need to do a shift and pivot into something new, which is quite possible at this time, because there are some sort of adjustments that need to take place over the next 6 months. Again, this is this isn't a light switch transit. This isn't like a Mercury transit or a Venus transit. This is Saturn and Jupiter. Very slow, big, heavy hitters in the sky. So just something to think about. This isn't doom and gloom. This is just something to think about, Aquarius, over the next 6 months or so. And I'll be here to talk about it. We're going to chat about it too later on in December as well. But otherwise, Aquarius, overall, I think this is a really nice month. You have that beautiful new beginning in your 5th house, making a trine up to your sign. You have an incredible new partnership coming in. Possibly love, business, whatever you want, marriage. Yeah, there's really, really nice energy coming in for you, Aquarius, on the love and romance front, your kids, self-expression, hobbies, creative endeavors, side hustles, all of that looks fantastic this month, Aquarius. So enjoy August, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now. Hey Pisces, welcome to August. Let's chat about where I think your focus will be for the month of August. So the sun continues to light up your busy, busy, busy 6th house of day-to-day habits, routines, your diet, nutrition. Maybe that's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit, Pisces, which is okay. Mercury's in there, Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is going to get you back on track. Focus is also on work probably this month. Maybe even your pets as well, but overall just busyness. This is the house of being of service, Pisces. Now, once the sun pops into Virgo, it's like back to school, back to routines, getting your health back on track, getting your diet back on track. But also the focus is going to turn to relationships for you. This is opposing your sign. So this is all about business relationships, love relationships, friend relationships, family relationships, any sort of relationships, maybe even the focus on contracts, agreements, negotiations. I can also see some Pisceans starting a new job this month, or a new opportunity could be coming in this month connected to clients if you own a business. Changes in your work environment, Pisces. So whether you run a business, own a business, or you work for somebody else, changes in the work environment could be coming in at this time. But for you in particular, this could be new offers, contracts, agreements, clients coming your way as well. Okay, let's keep talking about that new moon and full moon now. So yes, new moon energy, something new coming to fruition in that 6th house of everything that I just nattered off there. Now, the nice thing is we have Jupiter and Mars actually bringing in really nice energy into this new moon. So this new moon could be connected to, again, a job, work, clients, new people finding their way to you, changes in the work environment, changes to your diet, habit, routines, changes to your health. Also something to do with pets. Maybe you're bringing in a new pet into the home as well. Could be new children too, new children, changes with family. Let's just put it that way. Kids coming, going, somebody new coming into the home. That could be a possibility as well, because Mars and Jupiter are down in your 4th house. So they're pouring opportunity, nice blessings into this new moon for you too, Pisces. So there could be a flavor of home, family, foundation. Again, work for you, I'm definitely getting work, whether you own a business, run a business, whatever the case may be. This is good. If you want to manifest a new job, or manifest a new client base, or manifest more clientele, set those new moon intentions on or around August the 4th and get clear with the universe what you want to bring in here. But I love this new moon this month for all of us. I think this is really nice energy coming in. Now, the full moon, though, is a little, I'm going to be honest, this full moon is a little bit wonky, Pisces. It's a little bit wonky. First of all, it's in your 12th house, so spirituality, of endings, of undoings. This is like the house of awakening as well. So being in the 12th house, this does put a spotlight on your 6th house, again, of work. Something's coming to a culmination point. It's like double endings are highlighted here. That's what I'm trying to get at. Double conclusions, or something's wrapping up here from a spiritual perspective. I feel like for some of you, you're actually, some of you might have like an epiphany, like a spiritual awakening. We can have multiple awakenings, by the way. Some of you you're going to have a paranormal experience, I'm feeling as well. But the wonky thing about this full moon is that it's making a T-square in the sky. So Uranus is actually squaring this full moon, and Uranus, Mercury is also opposing this full moon. Mercury's retrograde. It's going to amp up just being annoyed with stuff, to be honest with you guys. Like, Mercury retrograde is not fun. We go through it 3 to 4 times a year, so the usual rules apply. Technology glitches, vehicle breakdowns, planes, trains, automobiles. If you work in the hospitality industry, it could be a little nutty around this time, and technology going haywire and things like that. So this full moon's interesting. I feel like there's that element of surprise. You could hear from someone out of the blue. You could hear from an old lover, an old partner. This is all about places, things, people coming back from the past. Uranus is down in your 3rd house. So there's an element of surprise with the full moon. So this could be a surprise element from a sibling, a cousin, a relative, a neighbor, or a shakeup in the neighborhood, or a secret coming to light, because your 12th house is illuminated here. So this is also like skeletons in the closet coming out. Well, with Pluto in there, by the way, you ain't going to have any skeletons left in the closet once Pluto moves through this area of life for you. So nothing to be scared about, but yeah, it's just something that sort of popped into my mind. But yeah, there could be something coming to light, a shock factor. Nothing negative. I don't see it as anything negative, but yeah, Pisces, for you, I keep hearing like a paranormal experience. I don't know, or something to do with spirituality or religion or belief systems or something along those lines, or downloads, or yeah, something actually for you pretty incredible could be coming in. But again, it is a T-square. It can also be challenging as well. I don't want to ignore that or deny that. And then with Mercury retrograde could amp up the frustration, the delays as well. Okay, let's see here. Mars moving through the bottom of your sky. So Mars in the 4th house is really good for renovations, changing up the home, changing up your place of living, or just, I don't know, moving stuff around, moving furniture around, busting through walls. Renovations are fabulous for this energy, and especially with Jupiter there, there's definitely a new beginning here starting on the home front, Pisces, for you. So an expansion of the home is quite possible for you, or changes in the home, people leaving, people coming, property, real estate could be top of mind. Moving is quite possible, especially if your IC is in Gemini. Moving is definitely a possibility when Jupiter conjuncts your IC. And then with Mars here, it just amps up that focus. Wherever Mars goes, gives us the passion, motivation, drive to go after what it is, whatever it is that we want. Mars is a double-edged sword, though. I'm going to put a cautionary note out there. Mars can also cause irritation in the home. So fighting, arguments, bickering, things like that. Watch out for sharp objects. Be careful handling knives, things like that. Anything sharp in your home, just be careful moving about your home also. Because yeah, accidents can also happen around the home as well. And then with Jupiter there, Jupiter's just going to expand it. It's like you bang your knee on something and you're like, oh, where did that come from? It's like, okay, yeah. So just be mindful of that energy as well, Pisces. But yes, new beginnings on the home front. Because yes, how was your last month actually? Mars came together with Uranus in your 3rd house. So how did that play out for you, Pisces? I'm curious how that manifested for you, or maybe, nothing happened at all. It depends on your chart, because this technically was a 2-year cycle that began last month, and you have another 2-year cycle beginning this month with Mars and Jupiter. But I think this one's going to be better. However, it is hitting one of the bigger angles of your chart. We're also going to talk about Jupiter square Saturn. So yeah, this transit's going to make you move. This new beginning is going to make you move. Could be quite literally move, but meaning you need to take action in some area of your life. This could also be a new beginning when it comes to your parents, authority figures in your life, bosses, career, working from home, changing up your home environment, which we talked about. Also, you as a parent. This could be a new beginning for you as a parent. whether that's for a furry new friend, like a new pet, bringing in a new pet into the house, or children as well. Okay, Venus and Virgo in your 7th house. This is a really nice aspect for relationships. Absolutely. This is your, let me just think here. This, also be mindful this month, Pisces. Sorry, I just heard this, excess, taking on too much as well on the home front, biting off more than you can chew. Sorry, I just heard that as well. Just be mindful of that energy. But anyway, sorry, going back to Venus. This could be bringing in also a signature of a new relationship, a new love potential coming in. This is also just overall nice for your relationships, whether this is in work, business. This is good for your health as well. Wherever Venus goes, she brings love and blessings and money and smooths things over in this area of life. So I really love this for you, Pisces. This should really benefit your relationships, all walks of life. So family, friends, love, lovers, marriage, partnerships, whatever the case may be. I really like this transit for you. But there also could be a rebalancing being asked here, because depending on what you're watching for, you know, Venus is in your opposite sign. So there might be kind of like a push-pull mentality and making sure that your needs are also met, Pisces. It's not always about them. It's also about you, but also vice versa. You know, maybe it's time to kind of pay more attention to your partner. But again, just depending on your circumstances for sure. Okay, did we talk about Mercury retrograde? Look at that, I can't even remember because I just talk so much. But yeah, reassessments, readjustments in that 6th house, readjusting routines, readjusting your habits. Don't pick up bad habits, Pisces. Work coming back around, something that you applied for could be coming back around. You might hear from a job that you applied for in the past. People, places, things coming back into your life as well with Mercury retrograde. So especially because it touches on your 7th house of partnerships. So I can definitely see all walks of life from your past coming back around, for good or for bad. Okay. I know some people like that. They're like, oh, I can't wait for my ex-partner to come back around. And some people are like, yeah, no, I don't want them to come back around. Well, then if they do, then say no. This is also a month that boundaries are going to be tested, which I'll talk about in literally a second here. So, and then the usual Mercury retrograde rules apply, right? So delays, cancellations, traveling, tripping around, technology glitches, vehicle glitches, planes, trains, automobiles, however it is that you get around, construction on the road, delays, all the wonderful stuff that Mercury retrograde brings. So nothing new. We deal with this 3 to 4 times a year, nothing new. It's just that Mercury, depending on where Mercury's landing, and for you, it's that busy 6th house, there's reassessments that are being asked of you at this time, and it's touching on your relationships, reassessing what relating means to you, and probably a specific relationship as well, Pisces, in love, business, work, family, friends. There could be something here that you need to reassess. Be careful signing contracts, double, triple check everything. Understand who you're getting into bed with, literally, figuratively. So before you sign on that dotted line, Pisces. Okay, I want to jump into this square. I want to talk about the possibilities with the square, because this is going to impact you personally, Pisces, I feel like. So, because Saturn's in your sign. So Jupiter square Saturn. This is not a light switch energy. This energy is going to be with us for 6+ months, well into 2025. The energy is peaking this month, but you probably felt it in July, and you'll probably feel it in September. It'll kind of ease up, but it's going to ramp back up November, maybe even earlier, because we're going to have another square in December. Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about, Pisces. It is what it is. Saturn, if you've been watching me for a while, Saturn is just helping you build and create the life that you want. Saturn is setting you up for a 30-year success cycle, okay? It depends on how you're doing the work. So think back to December 2020. And this happened in your hidden 12th house. So this could have a flavor of spirituality, especially for those of you like who own a business that dabble in the metaphysical world like myself, you know, but even not, you know, I can appreciate not all of you are into that kind of stuff. But 12th house, this is hidden. This is like an emphasis on endings. This is an emphasis on wrapping things up. I think there's going to be a lot of Pisceans that are, this could be about endings, Pisces, actually, for you in particular. Because that new beginning, 0 degrees of Aquarius, happened December 2020. This is a new 20-year cycle for you. Pluto right now is activating that degree point right now, sitting at 0 degrees. But being in your hidden house, it's always tough to talk about the 12th house because it's hidden. It's like secretive. It's like skeletons in the closet, you know, but Pluto's going to clean those out, trust me. It's about endings. It's about undoings. It's about awakenings and spiritual epiphanies and paranormal experiences as well. And it's like, they're showing me like the phoenix coming out of the ashes, like, you know, Pluto's going to burn you to the ground and then you'll rise. And this might happen multiple times. You're going to be reborn multiple times. Nothing to be scared about. It's just, that's part of this purpose that you're moving through, part of the reason why you're moving through this lifetime. So anyway, back to this square. Something new started in 2020, December of 2020. Besides the pandemic, you guys, I'm talking personal, what was going on in your life. So this is the first square. This is the first chapter that I think for you Pisces is going to be like a closing out. It's going to be an ending. And this is hitting the big angles of your chart. You got Saturn in your sign, the first house. Anything that happens in the first house bleeds out to all areas of life. It bleeds into our work life. It bleeds into our home life. It bleeds into our relationships. It bleeds into our family, kids, ancestry, moving, place of living, career, status, reputation, what we're known for, Pisces. So all of this is up for some revision and review. And Saturn's coming in saying, hey, Pisces, put up your damn boundaries. Say no. Stop taking on all this shit. Like, let something go. Sever something, cut something loose. And this could be coming up from your home and something to do with home, family, foundation, ancestry, your parents, your place of living, a relationship, your kids, you as a parent. There could be something, there's some adjustments here. You as a parent, obviously evolving, changing. So something here just has to change. That's all. Like, this is just more change, Pisces. And this is, again, building up your resiliency for this transformation that you're going to be going through for a little while longer. Once Saturn and Neptune move out of your sign, I feel like then you'll, well, they're going to be moving into a new area of life. But I think this is going to be like you coming up for air, they're kind of showing me. So anyway, Pisces, nothing to fear. This is just something that's going to be in the background, some sort of adjustment here. This is not only boundaries are going to be tested, but also could be emotional, could be frustrating. Roadblocks are going to get thrown up probably, but this energy is purposely trying to slow you down to check the details, to double, triple check who you're dealing with. You know, do you really want to buy that house? Do you really want to sell the property? Do you really want to welcome in 8 people into your home? Do you really want to put up with that? Do you really want to be the breadwinner? Do you want, you know, I could go on and on with this. This could also have something to do with friendship circles, people that you hang out with, people that you associate with, humanitarian efforts as well. This is sort of like a gut check, reality check as well, possibly coming in, Pisces. So again, nothing to fear. It's just this will be rumbling, bumbling under the surface for quite some time until You know, Jupiter moves along. Jupiter's a lot quicker moving than Saturn. So eventually Jupiter will move on and actually create a trine aspect, but that's later on down the road. Regardless, Pisces, this is a nice energy coming in this month in your 4th house. There's some sort of new beginning happening here. Could also be a new beginning with career, which I think we talked about. And Jupiter is your ruler. I think I forgot to say that as well. Jupiter is your ruler, Pisces. So this could be, again, you have so many new beginnings on multiple fronts here since 2023. Well, it started really in 2022. But, you know, Jupiter is also asking you to be authentically who you are. Like, who do you want to be? You know, maybe it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to kind of move into that energy of creating the life that you want. Like, give yourself permission to do that. I'm not saying you don't have to care. I'm not saying you have to cut everybody out of your life. It's just, it's a really nice rebalancing aspect here for you, which I really, really love. So regardless, August is, I think, going to be a good month for you, Pisces. So enjoy the month, and we'll see you back here in September. Bye for now.